We live?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is Three Clerics. We're a weekly D&D show. It's pretty straightforward. These three are clerics. I'm the dungeon master, and we play D&D every week at 7:30 PST. So yeah, this is our first episode. So we're glad that you guys are joining us. Would y'all just introduce yourselves? Just give us like a real life name and character name and zip code.
So it's interesting. We're all from Spokane. I'm Fred, by the way. I'm playing Bray Blackwood, a hill dwarf nature cleric. We're all in Spokane, yet we're doing this remotely. And the reason for that is kind of I hate you all. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, sounds about right.
yeah, I'm Fred. I'll be playing Bray Blackwood, nature cleric.
My name is Kylie. I will be playing Soren Silverton, a life cleric of Ilmater.
And I am Jonathan. I'll be playing Oleander Galanadel, a death cleric. Also goes by Ollie for short.
Sweet. All right, team. Well, are we ready to go?
And you are?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My name is Turner, and I'm going to be playing the Dungeon Master, aka lots of halfling NPCs and some enemies. So there we go. Yeah,
okay.
That's me. Cool. Okay, let's see. Fred, actually, don't fire up any music yet, but we'll be banging out some tunes in a second.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Are you guys ready? Ready to play? We got dice. We got pencils.
Yeah.
Everything we need. I think
We got 2 laptops to put other laptops on.
laptops on laptops.
Yep. Should I grab a third?
Yeah, actually, can you get a third? That would be great. Oh, wow. We're going to get a little sick echo there. I just started the stream.
That was super dope.
That's a
appreciate that.
Good time. Okay. So you guys will bring up the map here. Okay, here is the Sword Coast, more or less. This is a cropped photo. You guys know how it is at this point. Here's the Sword Coast. We'll use the fantastic features that Zoom has. I actually won't be doing any advertising for Zoom, nor receiving any money from Zoom for any of this, which is really cool. Here we've got the Yield City of Waterdeep. If anyone wants to send me a stylus and something I can draw on, that'd be great. Here's the city of Waterdeep, and then up here we got Yield. Oh boy. Up here we got Yield, City of Neverwinter. You guys know how the Sword Coast goes. There's lots of like fun urban adventures here, and then lots of everything else. Lord of the Rings, imitators, etc. over here. So there she blows. That's the world we're in, the world of Faerun. And specifically, we will be spending a lot of time up in the northwest here, in the city of Neverwinter and in the surrounding area. You guys know, pretty much everyone knows in the world of Faerun at this point, the history of Neverwinter, just a little bit of it at least. Right now, the year is 1491 DR, and there's been quite a tumultuous history for Neverwinter. So about 100 years ago, like 120-ish. Oh, no, it was about 100-ish years ago, if I remember correctly, there was the Spell Plague, which did a lot of crazy stuff to all of Faerun, and that's a totally different history. But some of that messed up Neverwinter, effects of which moved into today. And another thing that happened that was much more recent, I think it was about 50 years ago, before the present day in Faerun, there was the eruption of Mount Hotanau. Let's see if I can find it on the map here. Oh yeah, right here. Fred, do it be zooming for you guys?
Yep.
Cool. So here it is. Here's Mount Hotanau, and that baby erupted. And when it did mega bad destruction to Neverwinter, including destroying basically like the southeastern portion of the city. A giant rift opened up, or like a giant canyon opened up in the middle of the city, known as the Chasm. And then that chasm leads down to all kinds of nasty stuff, including stuff left over from the Spell Plague, which happened a long, long time ago. So the city of Neverwinter, a lot of it was destroyed by that eruption, but it's been rebuilt in the last 50 years and is now ruled by Lord Daggle Neverember, which is a great name. Fits actually, all of it fits right on that, just the name card when he goes to like business parties. So that's just a fact. Yeah, Lord Daggle Neverember is the disputed ruler there. There are a lot of like hashtag not my lord there, not my president kind of thing going on in Neverwinter over this guy. So there's some fun political intrigue there. Anyway, this is the city of Neverwinter. And Oleander, you and Bray are traveling. Oh, we'll go back one here. You and Bray are traveling to the city of Neverwinter for whatever reason you have going there. The both of you know that there is a plague that has struck Neverwinter over the last week. Messages have just reached Waterdeep that things are going pretty poorly there. And so for whatever reason, wherever you guys were in the world, you've traveled to the city. You're now approaching in the southeast, the southwestern. Give me that good stuff, Google Slides. Thank you. Oh, that's what we love. You are approaching from the southeast. Oh yeah, this is good. You guys remember when your like college professors or high school teachers would try to figure out how Google Slides worked or like PowerPoint? This is that. Oh. Okay. We'll wait patiently for it to go away.
We have all done. There it is.
There it is, guys. Yeah, all has been revealed.
Did we level up?
Yeah, actually, that's a milestone. Good work, everyone.
Perfect.
So this gate you see here, the southwestern gate, is where the two of you are entering. You are approaching now. It is a spring day in 1491 DR, and it is roughly, we'll say, 10 in the morning. You guys are approaching the city on this road, and you'll notice there is a long stream of wagons, people on foot, people from all walks of life, whether it be farmers, some of them even, there's the occasional noble, and pretty much everyone out is streaming out of the city. And there's this long line going out, and there are a few people who are going in, but those people are far and few in between. As you're approaching the city and coming near its gate, a halfling comes up along beside you. I will just say that you guys are more or less walking in the same area. So you guys are within earshot and eyeshot of each other, although none of y'all as players know each other. That's a good thing for our viewers to know as well. So this halfling comes up in between you, and he looks to the right over at Oleander, looks up at you, which is what halflings do. I'm so sorry, halflings. And he says, have you, what are you coming in here for? Have you heard what's been going on in the city the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've heard some rumors. So Oleander's kind of like a darkish looking dude. He's an elf. I think it would be pretty obvious that he's like a death cleric, you know. And he's kind of just gives the guy like, you see, you know, I'm kind of here to do my thing.
The halfling, who has this shock of blonde hair sticking straight up, not unlike this sort of situation, looks back up at you and says, some kind of priest, or you have to do with death. Interesting. Well, there'll be a lot of business for you, that's for sure. He says, do you have anything that you know specifically about the plague that's been going on? This Black Lake rot?
What you tell me? What do you know? I don't. We'll kind of compare some knowledge here, you know.
That's
but
good.
You go first.
All right. Well, I'll go first. He says, first of all, I'm down. He sticks out his hand to be shaken by you.
Oh, plague. And I elbow.
Yeah, he's good. I understand. There are a lot of regulations in the city. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I'm down, and I've heard a few things. All I know is that it's bad. It's only been circulating through the city about a week, and already quite a few people have died. Some say that it originated in the Black Lake district. Others, I don't know. There's rumors about everything. You know, of course, like if you drink health potions, it'll cure the virus in the plague. So a variety of rumors, but also that was a reference to disinfectants, not health potions. I'm so sorry. Great. Crazy times. Outside of that, though, I don't know a ton. I've heard that there's no cure. So far, no one's able to find anything for a cure. That, as you can see, and he points to the crowds of people that are streaming out of the city, quite a few people are expecting the city to go on some kind of lockdown. Farmers are taking everything they have out to the countryside. Some merchants even are doing the same. You can see, and he indicates with his arm off to the east, and you'll see like the south of the city there, even some people have begun to set up like makeshift camps with tents and stuff to live out there for a while. Things are getting kind of crazy. And really, that's all I know. But that's all pretty much everyone in the city knows. What about you, friend?
No, you got it in one, pal. That was concise. Good job.
That's good. And what about our other friend over here? And he points over to Bray. Actually, he doesn't have to. He looks across at Bray. What about you, friend? Have you overheard what we're saying, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. News broke out, all across everywhere, and I decided, maybe I could be of some help. Maybe there's some people that I can try to assist. I am a, cleric after all. If you can, take a good look and.
I'm taking a good look. It's a good look.
You liking what you're seeing?
Yeah, no, that's nice. I personally, I'm okay, thank you. But anyway, so you're both clerics. Do you know each other? You've come to the city.
How presumptuous. You assume that all clerics know each other?
I'm so sorry. You're just standing within 10 feet of each other and you have a similar profession. That's on me. I totally get it. That's my bad. Well, listen, it looks like we're here, so I'll just I'll take off into there. It was nice meeting you all. And Dylan, I'm sorry, this halfling dude with his yellow hair or blonde hair takes off into the city. And as you arrive, you see him. He just makes an immediately beeline to the right of a crowd sitting in the front of the city that appears to be on the verge of a riot. There are still people who are coming out around them, but there are about 50 people, some of them peasants, some of them farmers, some of them merchants from the inside of the city who are in some kind of uproar. And you see some of the Neverwinter Watch who are standing there in their armor, and they're trying to pull this crowd apart as different people are punching each other. Some people are kind of pushing back against the guards, and it's almost pretty much on the edge of a full-out riot. You see, you two coming in, see two figures standing on the outside looking in. One of them a half-orc, and in the armor of the Watch, and the other a human who... and what is this human wearing, Kylie?
Just it's like a orange and green tunic with I believe scale mail, large stovepipe hat, gray mustache kind of twirls out off the side of his face.
So you see this fellow, and then a half orc with like a grayish green yellow skin. He's got well-trimmed facial hair and a kind look on his face. He's wearing a plate armor with furs covering it. He turns and looks at the two of you coming in. He nudges his partner and says something to him, and then makes towards the two of you. Hail, friends. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, I'm good.
You see what's going on here? Listen, the two of you look like you're armed in some way, and it looks like you have some kind of experience in adventuring. We need help. The city there's a lot of chaos. And just for a moment, whatever your business is, if you would, please join us for a moment. We'll recompense you in some way, a few dragons, and just help us break apart this riot.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I guess I can lend a hand. That's why I'm here.
And you?
What does that involve exactly?
I've broken up a few riots in my time, but nothing's been like the uprisings that have been happening in the last few days. I don't know exactly. If you can talk them down, talk them down. If you have to get in there and, well, use force if you have to, then that has to happen as well.
Giving us like a carte blanche situation?
Like a license to kill?
and stay away from that at all costs.
Okay. Seriously injured, but not kill.
A license to punch, if you will.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this half orc steps back, and as he does, he motions you to join him, and walks up alongside his partner. By the way, he says, "I'm Whitmore." He sticks out a hand, and then says, "Ah, yeah, right. Regulations say we don't do that, but I'm Whitmore. Nice to meet you too. And you are?"
I'm Oleander, but you can call me Ollie.
Well met, Ollie. And you? He looks down at Bray.
People just kind of call me the Bray, man.
The Bray man, is that all one
No,
word?
no,
Is that like a
it's just the
first name,
Bray.
last name?
Oh.
The Bray, okay. Is the your first name?
No.
Okay.
Just the Bray, man.
Oh, the Bray man. Hmm. Like the hat, a Bray?
Listen, you want to help? We got shit to do here.
Ah, that's right. I'm part of the watch. All right. And here, this is my partner. He's part of the watch as well. His name is Soren.
Yes, the Soren. I'm eager to see this halfling. Oh, dwarf, excuse me.
The halfling.
Dorcas, yes. Half pint, yes.
Who's this guy? Get a load of this guy over here. Doesn't even know his erased from his foot. I'm a proud dwarf, sir. And if you have a
Are you
problem
now?
with that, we can take this. Well, I guess we're already outside.
You're just the right height to clean my shoes.
All
All right, listen. We can resolve this later, but we don't need to become part of the riot. We need to break it up, all right? Now, what should we do here? Do we need to step in and try to be diplomatic with them, or are we past that point already?
Well, let's try to. I think the best approach here is to try to maybe intimidate them.
And are you you are the one who would intimidate? And now the clamor of the crowd is getting a bit louder, and someone is, it looks like, is pulling stuff off of a merchant's cart and beginning to like throw it into the raucous.
Yeah. So, hey, you guys know magic stuff, right? Let's try to do some stuff. How about at the count of three, we boom our voices and see if we can yell at this crowd and kind of get them settled down a little bit. I cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
To boom my voice up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
Nice.
Is there like torches and shit around?
It is early morning, so there are unlit torches, like maybe on the walls of buildings nearby, in the doorways of buildings.
I'd like to just probably back them up with a double thaumaturgy of some ground tremors and like a crack of lightning.
Wow, baller.
Kind of get everybody's attention.
Okay, and then Soren, are you interested in some? Are you guys saying you're gonna do this, or are we planning together still? Or you guys are just like you're going off?
I'm going off.
Oh wow, all right.
You call this like a help action?
Yeah, I would call this like a double help action. There's no double advantage, but we'll just yeah. So go ahead and make your roll, Bray. Oh,
I
and also
got
you have
to
to
roll
tell
for
me.
Thaumaturgy?
Oh no, you have to roll for intimidate.
Oh, okay.
Roll that baby with advantage though.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
How's a 3 hit ya?
Ooh.
Advantage?
That's with
What was your
advantage.
other roll?
2.
Starting out right.
Okay, so what do you say?
I say, there's no violence permitted in this space. Violators will be punched, and anybody who gets punched will be punched again.
And at this, and the sound of like the ground seeming to open up, and then lightning coming down, a bolt of lightning, the crowd just goes insane, and it's like a mosh pit, like a medieval mosh pit, basically. So people are shoving each other around. You hear the shing of a few people drawing weapons out of scabbards, and now there's just an outright fight going on. The rest of the watch jumps in, and you see one peasant goes down with another merchant just on top of him, like beating his face in. And so Whitmore runs over and is trying to pull these two apart as the world pretty much just explodes. What do you guys want to do?
Well,
Russian.
I've got a meeting, so sorry. No,
I'm gonna go do divination with my god.
I'll also go in and try to stop people from fighting.
Okay. Oleander? Ollie?
I think. Is there like a main kind of instigator, I suppose?
Yeah, you see like a really tall, burly human in what looks like leather armor, and he has a great axe, and he's currently threatening two guards with it, and it looks like he's cut like a scratch in the armor of one of them.
Oh, so he's used. Okay. I'll make a beeline for the biggest guy here then.
Okay, sounds great. So we'll do them in order. Kylie, you are just running in there to try to break stuff up, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's Kylie?
Okay. Sorry. Soren, you are running in there to try to break stuff up. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh, my bad. That's
Three clerics, baby.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll a 5, -2.
You try to pull someone off of someone else, and you just end up, they flip you away with a flick of the hand, and you fall back on your back. Bray, you're going to that meeting. Go ahead and hit me with some charisma and intelligence rolls.
You want charisma and intelligence, huh? So
No. For the meeting. Yeah, go ahead.
So charisma's 21 and intelligence is 13.
Perfect. You take notes the whole time and manage to please your boss. Back at the riot, though, what was your plan again? I'm sorry.
Me?
Oh no, Bray.
Oh.
My initial plan was to try to get everybody calmed down, but now, seeing as how that didn't work, I am going to try to grapple people and put them on the ground.
Okay, make me a strength check.
My specialty. 17.
Okay, that is a good strength check. So you grab one person, a gnome who's wildly swinging at the legs of one of the watch, and you just pull him. And what did you say?
Oh, I said thank you for the follow, Finker. We got a follow.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
thank you.
And Fish and Nips, thank you for the follow as well.
And you grab this gnome and you like slam him onto the ground, and you have him pinned down there. And Oleander, what are you doing?
I want to just sucker punch this dude.
Amen. Okay, that sounds like an attack roll, so go for it.
Okay. 13? Is 13 gonna hit him?
It does not. So you go for the punch, but he pulls his head back, and your fist swings by his face. Now he is threatening you with his great axe. He flips it around and takes a swing with the back of it. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Okay, nice. So the hilt of his axe just slaps against your shoulder, but it bounces off your armor. As this happens, one of the guard goes in to tackle this guy and pulls him down to the ground. He's now flailing, and they're kicking back against each other. Back to you, Soren. Are you still just trying to pull people out of the fray here?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing the next guy so you can try to pull him off.
He was too strong, but this next guy, we got him.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Much better. 17.
Okay, nice. Yes. So you actually with that managed to pull two people out of the riot, and you push them back, and they look at each other and they look at you, and suddenly they realize that they're individuals and not part of some crazy crowd, and they just kind of shake their heads and take off in different directions into the city. Bray, back to you.
So I'm gonna take a look at that big guy over there and see if I can run over to him and grapple him from behind.
Okay, the guy who's on the ground, the guy with the battle axe.
Yeah. Oh, is he on the ground now?
Yes, he got tackled to the ground.
Okay. I want to see if I can take his battle axe.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
3.
you grab the blade and it hurts a little, so you don't grab the blade anymore.
Wise choice.
That's good. Okay, great. So at this point, the riot is breaking up a little bit. It sounds like now that people have realized that they have to commit to a physical activity, and they've done it for about 30 seconds, and now they're all tired and winded. And so some of these merchants who pretty much just stand at like a cart their whole life are like, wow, this is much harder work than we thought it was. So a couple of them are like, now they're doing the like, no, you come at me, bro. Like, no, you come at me. And on the outskirts of the riot. And there are still a few in the middle who are just going full out brawl, punching each other. It looks like you just have a few more people that you'll have to break up before the riot is over. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to intimidate the remainder guys and say something along the lines of, the next person who throws a punch will be sentenced and tried right here on the spot.
Wow, okay. That's good. All right, nice. Go for it.
Right. Oh, good. 19.
Okay, that definitely works. So a couple of people. So that was the center of the crowd, right? Those people who are still like going at it.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of people back off, and now they're only like, it's just the guy on the ground who is tackled, and he's like wrestling against the watch who's gathered around him. And then there are two more, a human and a half elf, and they're like doing just like a sumo wrestle where they've got their arms locked around each other's heads, and they're like doing this, like pushing back and forth against each other. And now they've knocked themselves against a cart. Oleander and Bray, what do you guys want to do here?
I would like to kind of use my whole aesthetic, get in a position where they both can kind of see me, and then double up another thaumaturgy and like do like another like a 3 times as loud voice, and then change the color of my eyes like pitch black, like the whole eye.
Okay.
And just kind of like, like Gandalf, like muttering like one of those spells kind of a thing, like, but like real like dark looking magic shit.
Okay.
And try to like pretend like I'm like about to like smite these guys with like some dark shit.
All right, slap me with that big fat advantage intimidate.
Okay. Intimidation -1 for how's a 12.
Very average.
Can I try to assist with that?
Yeah, go ahead. How do you want to assist, Bray?
So what I'll do is I'll get on the other side of those two guys that are fighting, and I'll have a gold coin in each hand, and I'll offer him a gold coin, and I'll say, either this guy can kick your ass or you guys can take some free gold. It's your choice, but it looks like a pretty easy choice to me.
Oh, nice. Okay, Oleander, go ahead and roll go ahead and roll again. Give me another one.
Just a single?
Yeah, just a single.
Does a 12 do it this time?
Amazing. So these
really
guys,
good at this.
Yeah.
you guys used all your good rolls in the one shots. Actually, sorry.
Well, I rolled my 2 nat 20s like before we started. So.
Yeah, why?
Come on, we told you not to do that. So these two guys, they back off of each other, and they're still circling each other, and just like there's this intense hatred and anger. But they look over to the side and realize that the rest of the riot is pretty much dispersed. And one of them reaches and just grabs the coin out of your hand, Bray, and then the other one does the same, grabs the coin out, and they too run off in different directions.
The smart choice.
One of them shouts over his shoulder, "Thanks for the gold," as he's running. At this point, the only conflict that is left in the dusty square here is an overturned apple cart where the goods have just kind of spilled everywhere, and a merchant looks like he's sadly trying to scoop them back in to this broken wooden cart that he uses. And this one guy, this tall, burly-looking human whose great axe has now been taken from him, and he's like being grabbed by 3 different members of the guard of the watch, one of whom is Whitmore, and he's still pretty much just not going down. One of them eventually just like clobbers him on the side of the head, and he goes limp in their arms. So the 2 guards, the 2 of the watch who were wrestling this guy, stand him up and like make to carry him away, presumably to prison. And Whitmore returns to the 3 of you. The 3 of y'all are pretty good in a pinch. Like to see some more of that. In fact, what have you two come here for? Soren, I know what you're here for.
Yeah, I just kind of came to help some people, man. It kind of looks like this town needs someone to assist. Maybe I could be of some use. I want to try to spare some of the dying.
Nice. Good use of the spell name.
And then I look at the camera and wink.
Wow. Is there like a ting and a shine in your eye? Get one of those. That's good. That's a noble desire indeed, my friend. And you said your name was Gray?
The Bray, man.
The Bray. Ah, yes, the Bray. Well, good, Bray. We'd gladly have your help here. In fact, I can think of some help. Would you be interested in becoming a very temporary member of the Neverwinter Watch?
License to kill, right? Yeah, that sounds good.
No, we can't grant that to you, but we can grant you some license to do some things.
Well, like, what are the bennies?
Does that mean benefits?
Yeah, it does.
I would say some bennies or benefits are that you get to you get money when you do the things that we ask you to do, and sometimes you can start fights and get away with it.
That sounds pretty good, man. I don't have a lot going on right now. I'm in between jobs, really. It's kind of a tough market out there, but
We've all been there.
That sounds great.
College, am I right? Yeah. And you, friend? He looks over to Leander.
Well, plague is death, and death is good for business, I guess. There could be plenty of people out there dying, and I'm just kind of here to help them along,
Indeed.
I like a man who does the right thing for the right reason. Still not sure about the little one there.
Listen, dude, we can go.
Whitmore steps in. All right, so it sounds like both of you are in for this. That's great, and I admire what you do, Oleander, in bringing those on the natural path of life into death. It is indeed as much a part of this life, at least, as living. So he ushers the two of you away, and you guys start walking through the city. There are a few members of the watch who stayed behind. You're just kind of cleaning up the rest of the wreckage, helping that guy put his apples in his cart. He has a lot of apples. And they're now walking with you, so you guys, Whitmore explains, we're in the Black Lake District, as you can see. Have the two of you spent much time in Neverwinter?
No, man, I haven't really been here too often. I came here for a bar mitzvah, and I think that's about it.
That's nice. What is that? Do
Yeah,
all dwarves have bar mitzvahs?
Yeah, all dwarves have, the boys do.
Oh.
It's when we turn 30.
There's an alternative reality where Lord of the Rings opens with Bilbo's bar mitzvah, and he's a dwarf. And you, Oleander, have you spent any time in the city?
No, formerly a house elf. I didn't really leave the manor too often, so I didn't make it quite this far.
Well, visiting Neverwinter is a fine thing to do with your freedom. Let me tell you a little bit about the city, he says. And as you're walking towards the tower where the Winter Shield Watch, which is the name of Neverwinter's watch, where they stay, he explains a few things about the city of Neverwinter. Here where we're at in the southeast, this is called the Protector's... Protector '(S) Enclave. And we're going to want to take that font size down. Faux show. Oh boy.
Okay. So we don't forget, okay?
Oh, hello? What's going on? What happened? Did I break it? Is it broken?
No, it's right there. You're good.
Okay. Oh, this font. Oh, it's bold. Oh, there we go. Okay, can you guys see this pretty well?
Yep.
Cool. So here, where we are here at the Protector's Enclave. To the west, we've got Lord Daggolt Neverember's castle and Castle Never, and to the south, we have the Neverwinter Graveyard. Of course, to the north here, as you may know, we have, and he indicates off north to the city, to the northern part of the city, across from where you can hear the rushing of water. Up there's the Black Lake District. Used to be something beautiful back in Neverwinter's heyday, but now, he spits. It's a rotten part of the city. There's crime of all kind. The Nashers, the more radical ones at least, and those who are a bit more conservative, I suppose, are a group of people who rebel against Lord Neverember's rule. Hey, what's up, Matt? Featuring my housemate. And let me finish typing this. They've set up a kind of camp up there. There's no way that we can get in because they'll fight us back, but they don't actively come into the city, at least not the more conservative ones. There are a few who do and cause trouble for us, but that's for a different time. And then over here to the northeast of the city, and he points up to the northeast. Let me get a different text box here. Yeehaw. He says we have the River District. This is where many of the common folk of this city live. Ooh, do you think I'll be able to spell district? And of course, as you may know, he says, and he indicates to the southwest of the city, there's the chasm. And a dark look comes over his face. A terrible place. Many have fallen into it. Many have lost their lives to the creatures that come up out of it. And we've set up pretty much a wall that cuts off that place from the rest of the city. The river does the trick as well.
Yeah, man, my town has potholes too. It's the worst.
Yeah, we have this really bad problem. There are a lot of potholes in Neverwinter after winter. And, it's really hard. The government doesn't have enough money to fix them quickly, so all of our carriages pop wheels. It's terrible.
That's wild,
okay.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So
look how big it's gotten.
You guys have now arrived at the tower where the Neverwinter Guard stays, or the Winter Shield Guard. And Whitmore and Soren lead you guys in. There's a password that you have to use to get in. The password is password 1234. You guys over here.
Hold on, let me write that down.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you time.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, it's password 1234.
I think I got it.
Okay, good. So he says the super secret pass. Do not share that on anywhere. Social media, not even with your loved ones. All right. He gives you the password, and you guys go into the building. And you are now in what looks like a hall. There's a giant round table in the middle, and on the wall, different sets of armor and weapons, and a burning hearth in the center. Would you play the hearth music for me, my dude?
You got it.
Thank you. And when I said the hearth was in the center, I meant it was on the wall, so not the center. It was off to the side.
Okay.
Okay, great. We can't hear it, so we're just gonna have to.
Just believe me, it's there.
Actually, I'm gonna be doing it.
It's really good. Oh man, so ambient.
Can one of you guys just
Polar Express? I don't believe in Santa, so I can't hear it.
If you don't believe it's like it's not even there. You have to
forgot about the complex mythology of Polar Express, the deep worldview.
Is that movie where Tom Hanks kidnaps children from their bed and takes them on a ride?
Yes.
Is that real?
I think that's.
Is it kidnapped if they go willingly?
Kids can't do
it. You guys hear that? Oh, that's the sound of the stream getting shut down. Cool. So you guys are in this. You guys can hear the hearth if you believe in the hearth, and I'll just do hearth noises now for us, I guess. So
yeah, do some Foley work. That's really good.
Is that good for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So Whitmore leads you into a side room, and there you can see just like a bunch of papers. This is kind of like a little office room. They have the ancient fantasy equivalent of what are those things from the 80s where they roll the filing cabinets? There we go. Thank you. Which is basically ancient fantasy at this point, anyway.
Yeah.
And he pulls one file out and slaps it down on the desk in front of you. We've got this case that we've been working on. Came in last night. It's a bit tricky. We're not exactly sure what to make of it, but the majority of us are out quelling riots, helping out those whose businesses are closing down because everyone's been pretty much leaving. The watch has way too much on its hands, but this case is important to the city. Its people need to be cared for. And so we decided we'd put you on it. Are you interested in something like this?
How long do you think it's going to take?
Not exactly sure. That's up to your skills. Could be anywhere from a couple days to a few weeks.
And what are the bennies?
I'll arrange a sum of dragons to be paid to you. Or I'm sorry, gold coins. We call them dragons here in Neverwinter.
What's a sum?
A set piece of numbers.
Yeah, but like, what is that?
Numbers? Numbers are like. Are you familiar with counting? I guess we could start there.
All right, so my fee just went up 10%.
I'm sorry, that was condescending. We'll pay you 50 gold each.
Listen, I was born at night, but not last night. The job you're asking for is worth way more than 50.
I haven't told you what the job is yet.
I thought that I just hadn't paid attention for a second. I was like, what?
It appears that I've played my hands too soon.
You played your hands? What do you play with them?
My hands are also instruments. I can play them, and it's kind of blew my wad there. So, all right, 50 is great. I'll take it. Sorry.
And Soren, I like the way that you work with these two. Can we put you on the case as well?
I do it for free though.
Oh, right. So I'll take his 50.
Yeah, we'll split that.
Yeah, we'll split his 50. Sounds good.
Good with me. All right. So we'll give you a place to stay here in the Winter Shield Guard barracks, or at the tower as we call it, and we will pay each of you 75 gold. Oleander, are you interested as well?
I mean, I'm already here, so I think it would be more work to not be interested.
Yeah, you'd have to like go back on monster.com, fire up a resume, like it'd be a whole thing. Yeah, totally.
A lot of monsters on there.
Yeah, monster.com is actually way more relevant in favor, if you would.
Indeed.
Hey, don't do that.
Oh.
Also, LinkedIn is just like the worst app in Faerun. Like, it's all mail correspondence, and they just have this like really old professional photo of themselves like stamped on the mail when they send it to you. It's terrible.
I hate it.
The worst.
Well, Whitmore says, and he sits down at the desk and then flips open the folder. Here's the skinny, basically, and the not skinny. Well, anyway.
Take your time.
Yeah, jeez.
Can I get a beer?
You guys like this? You guys want more? You guys want more paper ASMR?
Ah, there we go.
That
Yeah,
was really good.
yeah, that hits the spot.
You know
gets
that's
out
the
his-
only way I can finish.
I know. He gets his glasses, his spectacles. Ah, yeah. We had a crime last night in the city, in this district actually. Looks like a woman was mugged, and well, basically the short version of it, a woman was mugged and her baby was taken. She was going through the city with a child, and apparently our witness says, well, I don't know what our witness says. Since you're going to be on the case, you'll be interrogating, or not interrogating, sorry, that's not the right word to use with witnesses. You'll be questioning the witness. Thank you.
How long
There's
have you
a
been
woman-
at this, bud?
What's that?
How long have you been at this?
At what?
Your job.
Oh. Okay. Oh no, I'm going into Kermit. That can't happen.
Lean into it.
No, he's a half orc, not a frog. I've been on my job about just under a year now.
Yep. All right. Cool.
So this woman last night, she was assailed by a couple of unsavory individuals. We don't know who exactly they were. Of course, our guess is that they came from the Black Lake District up north. Probably more the Nashers or some of them, their more radical followers up there, trying to do whatever chaos they can in the city to undermine Lord Neverimber's rule. Well, this woman was attacked, and there are quite a few mysterious pieces. One, her baby was taken according to the witness, but two, she ran away when we tried to question her. Some of the guards came to talk to her, and before they could bring her into our station, she just disappeared. It's strange, especially when they started asking her for her name. She ran off. So we're not exactly sure what to make of that. But as far as the case goes, we've got a time, sometime last night, probably around 8 p.m., and we've got one witness on hand. He's not in the station or not in the tower anymore, so you're going to have to go in and question him yourselves. But that's about all I've got for you. Do you have any questions for me?
What's the baby look like? Who's
we weren't able to get its face, but we do have one of our artists trying to make a sketch now.
Who would play it in a movie?
This happened in the Black Lake District.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good question. Yes. Both good questions, actually. I would say probably this one, I would go with a young Tom Hanks, perhaps 1-year-old Tom Hanks. And no, this was actually happening. This happened last night in the Protector's Enclave. In fact, it was in the nicer area near Lord Neverimber's castle. So we're not exactly sure what part that plays into it. My guess is simply that these criminals, whoever they are, suppose that this woman was one of the nobles of Lord Neverimber's estate and tried to attack her for whatever reason they would. We're not exactly sure yet.
So we're looking for Baby Hanks?
You're looking for Baby Hanks.
That sounds really good.
I'm actually going to name a band Baby Hanks.
It's too late. I already copyrighted and bought the domain.
So bad. I hate it. Well, if you have no more questions for me, I will give you the address of the witness's house, tell you what streets it's on and what it looks like, because that's how we do addresses. And I'll leave you to your work.
Yeah, you guys have already killed the first 12 of our 48 hours. So after that, this case might as well just be thrown in the trash.
And that's why I have faith in you all to take care of it as quickly as possible.
Really good work. We'll take it from here, bud. So, go have a snack or something.
The next 36 hours.
This is the equivalent of like basically two Catholic priests just walking into a police station and being like, "You guys suck. You guys are terrible at your jobs."
Yeah. Did you say we need to interrogate witnesses?
I am a dungeon master. I am not a police officer. Okay. I'm just used. The only thing that D&D players do is interrogate people. There's no such thing as a question.
Well, I just cast, charm person and get it all out of them like that.
Yeah, that's definitely against the law. Pretty sure.
You have a first level interrogate witness spell.
What domain do you get that from?
My domain.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
The crime domain. The Chris Hansen domain.
Yeah. The secret ingredient is crime.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Relevant meme. Okay, so
Chris Hansen, is that host of that prank show, To Catch a Predator? That's my favorite prank show.
It'd be really funny. Like out front, instead of police officers, it was just people from Pranked. Just like, we got you.
It's like the Impractical Jokers.
Oh.
I'm in here.
All right, so we
So
ready
yeah,
to do this, boys.
Yeah, I mean, Sure, baby. 75 gold. I've had worse prices.
This guy said it might take a few weeks, but honestly, I think we can knock this out in a couple of hours.
Well, shit, if we, don't get it done in a day.
It's not looking so good.
Yeah, that baby's probably all the way to fucking water deep by now.
It's a fast baby.
All right, so I guess let's go talk to some witnesses.
All right, so Whitmore provides you with the location of the one witness. The one witness lives in the Protector's Enclave towards the east, and you guys can see here on my screen, ye to the ha. So here be the graveyard. Oh, do it good.
There she be.
Nice. And then, like, in this kind of general area, I see you emptying that wine bottle, Jonathan.
Who is that?
The calls are out. So yes, over here in this general area is where the witness's house is. You guys roll up at a meaty 1 p.m. in the afternoon, Pacific time, it being on the West Sword Coast. Anyway, and you guys roll up into a small brick house. It's like this rustic old brick, and the street is mostly quiet. All the normal tumult of the city of Neverwinter at this point has pretty much calmed down because of the plague, and everyone is indoors. And so what normally there would be kids playing here and the sound of people cooking, or down the street merchants shouting their wares, but now instead it's this sort of uneasy quiet, and you hear the occasional footfall or horse clop as people keep going by. You knock on the front door. Do you want to knock on the front door? Do you guys want to talk before you go in?
Can I just thaumaturgy it wide open?
Be aggressive.
Can. We're doing bad cop, and bad cop. That's the approach.
Yeah, are you really going to do that, or should we just knock?
Fine, we'll knock.
Let's... Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
sounds like a good idea.
Let's let Soren knock. He's from around here.
Yeah.
Got that local charm.
Yeah. Nice polite knock on the door.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me take a look at my boy.
Is Soren the type to have one of those, like, jingle knocks, you know?
Oh, yeah.
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 What's it called? Like knocking a haircut or something?
I've
That
never
I'm
heard
not
that
familiar
expression
with.
before.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So you knock on the door, and you see you notice a like seam on the door that you'd never seen before. That's like the bottom 3/4, and you notice as well that the doorknob on this door is like lower than it normally would be, and a dwarf opens the door, and instead of the whole door opening, just like the bottom 3/4 of the door open, and this dwarf steps out into the sunlight. Yeah, what can I do for you?
We're looking for a witness to a crime. Perchance, was this you?
That's me. The name's Mithrid. Come in. He turns, and you hear him, the click of another doorknob as he reaches up and opens the remaining quarter of the door for the rest of you to step in.
I'll take my hat off.
Not to get on your house. That seems kind of inefficient, yeah?
It's good for me and my family. I work about like one cubic inch of energy less when I open the shorter version of the door, so it's pretty nice, I would say.
Every bit counts, am I right?
You're absolutely right. Thank you for backing me up, man. Anyway, so you guys step in the door, and he closes both of them behind you, and you find yourself in the middle of a lovely small home. There are like 2 children playing in a different room you can hear, and a dwarf woman's voice. Dwarf women's voices, I suppose, being very similar to dwarf male voices, if we're going to go on Tolkien's stereotype. The beard and all. Actually, fun fact, dwarf children come out of the womb with a beard. That's not true. Anyway, He welcomes you into his home,
Part
and
of my
there's
head canon now.
what?
That's my head canon now.
Tolkien is spinning in the grave. It's really bad. So in the house is this lovely small dwarf house. There is a kitchen section, and you're in the living room right now. And there is a low fire with a cauldron or a pot of some kind of stew, a hearty stew. That's the scent rolls throughout the house. The dwarf welcomes you over to a low table and pulls some chairs out for you. Have a seat.
Yeah, I sit down.
Yeah, I sit down
And
as well.
a low table.
Yeah, it's a low table.
My knees are like up at my, like in my chest. Then
Yeah, knees in the chest kind of situation.
If you don't mind, I'll stand and kind of lean against the wall.
Okay.
Like seeing how uncomfortable Soren is in the fucking chair.
So Mithrid is just looking at the bottom of your knees every time he turns to you. So what question do you have for me?
It takes a piece of parchment and a quill. So what exactly did you see? Be as detailed as possible, if you could.
Well, I was out last night trying to do some business for my business. You know, I'm the owner of Mithrid's general store out here in the Protector's Enclave. And, well, I was trying to drum up some business. It's been hard nowadays, you know, with the plague and everything. So I'm having trouble getting people to come to my store. So I just went out with a trench coat full of things, hoping that I could sell people some stuff. You know, do the old, hey, stranger kind of situation. And here's an ice pick. You know how it is. Anyway, I was out in the streets last night.
Yeah.
I was out in the streets last night with that with my old spiel, my classics, been going for years. And I saw off in the distance there was a woman. She was looking like she was walking, rushed, hurried for some reason. She had a bundle in her arms, and the bundle, it let out a cry. And I said, that's a human baby. You know.
How did you know that this was a human? Indeed, did you get a good look at it?
Well, no, I didn't get a good look at it, but I got a good listen at it. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a half elf baby. Could have been a half orc baby. I suppose it could have been like a really tall dwarf baby. I suppose it could have been 4 dwarves in a trench coat.
Did it have
there are a lot of
beard?
options.
Did the baby have a beard?
I couldn't get a good look at it. In fact, I unfortunately didn't get a good look at the beard, any beard sort of situation, because I wasn't able to see the face of the woman nor the baby. But this woman, she was rushing quick through the city, and then it looked like four unsavory fellas fell down upon her, and they pulled her aside. They pulled the baby out of her arms. One of them punched her, and then they took off with it, crying into the night. And that's all I saw. I called the watch over, helped revive the woman, and they were talking to her, and suddenly she ran off and left.
So you didn't think to run to this woman's aid?
Well, I had my listen. Mithrid is not some kind of fighter. I'm not. What would I have done? Come and bite at their ankles? There's nothing I could have done to save her. I thought about it, you know, but I guess I could have. I'm sorry.
Can I roll an insight check on this guy?
Yeah. What are you trying to insight?
I'm trying to insight to see if he is lying.
Okay, go for it. Go head on.
17.
You insight a pretty good little insight that this boy is an honest man.
Okay.
Yep. So continue with the questioning.
He scribbled the bottom of his parchment. He's going to scribble a citation and rip it off and hand it to him. You have 4 days to pay this, and it will be for like 10 gold pieces for failing to aid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have known. 10 dragons. That'll take a hit to my wares. I guess I should have just gone in and maybe would have risked the medical bills for her. Well, that's all right. I got it, sir. Thanks. Y'all are with the watch, yeah? He pockets the citation.
Yeah. Kind of polish the little badge on my chest. That would be.
I see it there. Thanks for taking care of the city. We appreciate the the help that you bring for these times of chaos. Anyway, any other questions for me? That's as best the account as I can remember it. Help or no?
Yeah,
we
go ahead.
didn't. Where's our badge? Did we get badges?
You guys did not get badges. I don't think they have provisional aid badges for y'all. But if you
Not in this city.
yeah, not in Neverwinter. Though, if you ask, they may give you. I don't know. You could like pin a piece of silver to your lapel, or something. If you inquire, they may actually give you badges.
You get the little kitty stick-on badges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little teddy bear on it.
Yep.
They give you the like 6-shooter plastic gun and then like cowboy boots and plastic spurs. Yeah, it's a good little sitch.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a question, bud. What would if you were looking for this baby, where would you start?
If I was looking for a baby, I would look for a baby in a hospital. But I suppose that's not where this baby was unless they were all nurses. But I don't think that's likely. I suppose if I was looking for a baby in the second place, I'd look for a baby. I'd probably look, I don't know. Those men, they had some kind of garment on. It was all the same. It was dark, but I could make out black leather on them. They're some kind of leather armor, tanned black, or painted black. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. I don't really pay attention to those techniques. I just sell the stuff. Anyway, I suppose if you could identify what kind of gang this uniform belonged to, you'd be in a pretty good shape. Pretty good shape for tracking them down.
Can I roll a knowledge check to see if Soren can connect the dots to any gang activity that would wear black leather, this type of black leather garment?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead. Roll me up a good one.
All right, so we got a 17.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you remember pretty clearly that the Nashers, the group that lives in Black Lake and that has been doing that pushes back against Lord Neverember's rule. Like a lot of them want to be diplomatic, but they still live up there separate from the rest of the city just for whatever reason. But there are some radical portions or more radical portions of the Nashers who think that the best way to push back against Lord Neverember's rule and return to the ways of old Neverwinter are to are like a violent uprising, essentially.
Guys, I remember this is probably the work of the Nashers. There's some real unsavory types that kind of hang out around the Black Lake district. I think our next course of action would be to head there.
So I want to ask this guy another question. Have you ever dealt with these Nashers?
Me? Mithrud? No, I'm just a shopkeeper. I mean, sometimes.
Have they ever come into your shop or?
Well, never. Not in uniform if they are out here. I mean, I suppose some of them would be undercover in the rest of the city, but I operate down here in the Protector's Enclave, he says. I don't go up and do anything up in Black Lake. I mean, you can hardly get into that section of the city unless the watch lets you.
All right. Well, hey, thanks. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. It's been a good question and best one that I've had. Why is that a Texas accent all of a sudden? Oh, no. What happened?
Yeah, so we'll get up to go. I'll thank you for your time. Make sure to pay that citation.
I'll have it done as soon as I can. And is there anything else that I can expect you to drop by for?
Not unless there's anything else you'd like to come forth with. If you think of anything else, though, you know who to speak to.
You know, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to say this, but it's just speculation on my part. I remember she was heading west at the time. Now, I don't know why she was heading west when she was in such a hustle bustle, but I do know this, that my guess is the only thing that was west of where I was last night was the castle. I don't know why this woman was rushing towards the castle with a baby, but unless she was some kind of long-range midwife, I got no clue. So I don't know. She could have been going somewhere else. She could have been on a little detour down to a street corner to turn south, turn north, whatever it is. But this woman was heading west, and I think the only place she could have been going was Castle Never. Castle Never.
All right. I'll take that under consideration.
That's good. Thank you.
Hey, Soren, really quick, man. This guy's been really useful to us. Or do we really have to give him a fine for not risking his life and his, possibly his family's, safety and well-being and not jumping in? Sounds like he's trying to do the right thing. Do you have to fine him? Can I roll a persuasion check?
I was going to lean in. Oh.
I don't know if we're doing persuasion checks on players.
Okay.
I'm going to lean in and
Thanks,
talk silently like, do you see a family? This is a kind of a single guy. This is my city. We do the right thing here.
Didn't his wife just walk by?
He had kids.
And kids just like a second ago?
Did he?
Yeah, there were like kids and a wife playing in the background in another room. Yeah.
Still, no, we do the right thing here in Neverwinter.
That doesn't sound like the right thing to me, but it's your town.
I mean, it's not really his town, right? Like, I don't see a crown on his fucking head.
Your crown, your town, bud, I guess.
Like some really weird understandings of possession around here. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to ask or do while you're in Mithrid's house, or you guys just you've got what you came for?
I think we're good.
Okay. Cool. All right, so Mithrid stands. It's been a pleasure spending time with you, gents. I'll lead you out now. He leads you to his front door, opens up both halves, and sends you back out into the daylight. As the door closes behind you, the south wind picks up and brings just a warm breeze across the city. It's now roughly 3:30 in the afternoon, and the city again, what would normally be a busy place in this afternoon, is just kind of dead. What would you all like to do?
Probably head west towards the castle, try to pick up the original route that this crime took place in, I think. Okay.
Also, I want to keep an eye out for any Nashers that we see. If we see any on our way there, please let me know.
Well, okay, we'll do. Solid. Oleander, is there anything you're good with that plan?
Yeah, well, I just don't see why we wouldn't just head straight to the Nashers. It's not like, I mean, they took a baby. They didn't stab her in the street. There's not a blood trail to follow.
I mean, there could be.
Yeah, I think that if we
can't deny that one.
I think that if we found a Nasher, we could just shake him down for information and kind of put the hurt on him a little bit until he gives us what we need to know. That'd be probably the quickest way, unless we think the mother might know anything.
Well, I mean, we don't even know who this lady is.
How do we not know who this lady is? Just she didn't file a police report. She's just like, all right, later, baby.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out. Why?
Okay. Then let's, I say, we can head towards the castle, but we got to look up for some Nashers. Soren, do you know where any of these Nashers might hang out? Do they have like a Nasher pub or something?
I know that the Beached Leviathan in the Black Lake district is it's frequent with these miscreants. A lot of black market fencing going on there.
Hey, not to be, don't take it the wrong way when I say this, but what was she wearing last night?
Bro?
Who are you asking? I don't think any of us know.
Well, I think Soren would be privy to a little bit of right? Like he would,
from the report or something?
What's his name?
Mithrid.
Mithrid.
Mithrid?
No.
Whitmore.
Whitmore.
Yeah.
He would, right? He would have shared some info with you.
So actually, that was everything that's hurt. Soren had not been introduced to the case pretty much outside of what you guys heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he tell us what she was wearing?
Nope.
Like, she was like
go up and knock, bro.
like was she like
Go back.
was she dressed like in noble like wear or like in rags?
That's a fantastic question for you, boy, Mithrid.
Fuck. All right, well,
Next time.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Oh, you're gonna be that asshole. Like, whoa.
I'll open his top door and kind of yell in there. Hey, Mithrid, what was she wearing?
What? All right, you have another question for me?
What was she
Back
wearing?
on, bro.
His pants are on. Okay.
Just like peeking through the door.
The woman you're talking about, the woman last night?
No, your wife last night.
Oh no.
The woman.
Whew. Yeah. My she was wearing looked like nothing really special. A robe and underneath it maybe some kind of just her clothes, but they looked a bit raggy, honestly.
Wait, is this your wife or the woman?
No, the woman.
All right. Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. He goes back to the stove. He's stirring it with his hands. All right. So what is the plan of action here, gentlemen?
So we can head towards the castle or go to where these guys hang out. It sounds like we kind of know who did it, or at least what group did it. I think that if we can kind of isolate one of the weaker ones, get him by himself and work him over, then we can get some answers real quick.
Yeah. Let's do
Oh,
it.
you guys get police power and you just immediately begin acting like the mob. That's pretty cool.
Shake some trees and see what falls out.
Yeah, we are judge, jury, and executioner, okay?
There's a baby we're talking about.
Yeah. We are 3 clerics.
Wow. Ooh, that is not only the name of the show, but that's the name of the story arc. Wow.
Oh,
Good
that's
work,
why they
team.
call it that.
Oh.
Yeah. 3 clerics and a street crime. Here we go. Guys, which direction did you set you? I'm sorry. What did you conclude on? Where you guys want to?
We're gonna go to Black Lake District and hit up some Nashers.
Okay,
On the
sounds
way,
good.
if we see any isolated, let us know.
Okay, I got that fat 21 passive percept.
Jeez,
Nice.
I forgot about
Holy
that.
shit.
That is a
Whew.
thick wisdom score.
What?
Yeah, with like 7 C's. Okay,
Dang.
so you guys travel north to the Black Lake District, as you guys can see on my map here. Got some bridges to cross over, so you cross over these bridges here, and so the Black Lake District, or actually, I'm sorry, at each of these bridges, there's like a station where the guard would where the Neverwinter Watch would let you go through, and that's the guard that they watch the river and they watch the bridges to make sure that nobody gets across that they don't want to get across. This middle one is the main. Oh, we drawn. This middle one is the main bridge here that everyone uses. So you roll up to the station on the south side of the bridge, and one of the guards there turns aside as you approach. He nods to Soren and says, "What business are you on?"
We are on Nasher business today.
Oh, Nasher business. I'm sorry. You must have drawn some kind of short stick for that one.
That we did.
All right. Well, how long are you going to need to be in there?
A couple hours at most, I'm hoping.
Okay. Well, you know what the deal is. Sign the paperwork when you get back to the tower.
I will do.
Okay. So he nods to you. He marks off a time on his sundial, and he tells you when you entered for the paperwork later. And you guys head north across the bridge. So the Black Lake District, as you come into it, you notice, and this is all stuff Soren knows, but you guys observe, first of all, rising up in front of you is this massive castle. You don't know what that's about. So there you go. But as you look to the rest of the Black Lake District, to the west, you can see a few bars and some of what looks like it used to be like like a small port that was part of the city before the eruption of Mount Hodenau, and now it's just kind of in disrepair. As you look back north and east to the rest of the district, you see just a bunch of ruined neighborhoods and broken-in buildings. This stuff was all destroyed a long time ago in the eruption, and none of it, but a lot of the Black Lake district has not been repaired since then. And the same you can see continues as you move, as your eye travels east into the river or the Tower District. So what do you guys want to do here?
First thing Soren's going to do is look back at his two compatriots, be like, mind your coin pouches, fellas.
Oh, I keep my coin pouch with my coin pouch. If you...
That's okay. That's a fair warning. I'm gonna take my coin.
Which one was the warning there? Was Oleander's the warning? Was Soren's?
I can't help but glance at Oleander's coin pouch.
It's not for the padding, I promise.
I'm gonna put my coin pouch on like a rope and in my shirt.
That's good. The old tourist coin pouch, as they say. Yeah.
It was on my fanny pack, but
of course.
Okay, so where do you guys want to go?
I think we should head straight towards this bar.
Okay, so you guys are headed towards the Bleached Leviathan. If I remember correctly, that was in the west on that wall, that southwestern wall. Kylie, is that? Do you have something up in front of you?
Yeah, it's like a beached ship that's kind of been turned into this bar / dive of a place that deals in fenced goods.
Cool. Okay.
I thought you said the bleached Leviathan.
That is a very different kind of thing.
It's not the Bleached Leviathan?
No, it's the Beached Leviathan.
Oh.
There's no L. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. That'll really mess with you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you guys head towards the Bleached Leviathan. You guys head towards...
One more time, please.
That's the nudie bar down the road.
Check out our Bleached Leviathan.
You bleach your Leviathan? Does that hurt? I just trim mine.
Okay. Okay. So yes, you guys head west towards the Beach Leviathan. Let's see. You guys head west towards the Bleach Leviathan. You guys head west towards the BL, and there you see this in this middle of the street. There is this giant wreck, what looks like a shipwreck, pretty much, and it's like the bottom / front of it has been opened up, and inside is what looks like just a normal tavern on a Saturday night. You guys, well, it's not a Saturday, but you get me. It's actually because there's no Saturday in the D&D universe. Anyway, you guys go into the tavern, and it looks pretty emptied out. There is one person sitting in the corner. He is just wearing plain leather armor, and he has a buckler and a knife, a dagger at his side. He's just off in one corner nursing a drink to himself. Right now it's about 5 p.m. And you approach the bar, and standing on it is a lone halfling. He's got gray hair and a monocle, and he appears to be counting the bottles on the back of the bar wall.
I'm going to throw down 3 tharns onto the bar and be like, drinks for my friends and my... none for me, though.
3 thorns? That's 3 thorns. I don't know if that'll do it enough for a couple of drinks. What are you looking to drink here?
What'll it be, fellas?
Oh, I mean, can't you? Don't you have some sort of military discount?
Oh, I see. I see that. That's a badge there. Sorry, I thought it was a tattoo on your armor. Yeah, no, I can definitely hook you up with some kind of discount, as the kids say. Okay, I suppose a couple of Tharns will get you a drink. 6 drinks, 6 Tharns for 3 ales.
And then I slide a dragon across the table towards him, and your nearest Nasher, if you please.
Oh my! He picks it up and eyes it in the bar. Go ahead and make me each of you one of those hot perception checks.
Boy. Ooh.
17.
A 21.
Wow.
Well,
21.
and with my advantage, that's a nat 1 and a nat 2. 8. Thank you.
Oh boy.
All right.
I mean, my
You barely
passive
see the
21
guy in
not
front of
gonna
you.
do it.
Yeah.
Oleander
just
top shelf, homie.
Firebrand whiskey for me, thanks.
Okay, so he pulls down each of these, and as he does, you notice when Soren said Nashers and slid a dragon a gold piece across the bar, that the guy who's sitting by himself in the corner, like he perks up a little bit, and then he just turns back to his drink and keeps drinking. The guy behind the bar, the halfling who's standing on his stool back there, he just with a quick motion. He looks like he's going to pocket the gold piece and just have it slide down his sleeve, but it actually flicks off back over his shoulder and clinks to the ground. Oh, I've become a bit clumsy in my old age. That's all right. Well, there's still plenty more years of youth ahead. Anyway, that's not the point. You're looking for Nashers.
That I am.
Well, I can tell you this place is a hot Nasher bar. In fact, and he leans in closely and whispers to you, there's one of them sitting right over there. And he nods. What he thinks is a subtle nod over to the guy in the corner, but really he's like throwing out his back a little bit.
And I slide him a bolt. You should go take a break, old timer.
I think I may. He gets down from he climbs down from his stool, and he climbs back up, and he takes his cane down from the counter, and then he climbs down the stool again, turns, and he walks. You just hear the click of his cane on the floor as he walks back to the back room of the bar, and the door slams shut.
What kind of door is this?
We're looking at like an oak. Probably a 1487 construction. Looks like it's got a brass handle, and it's been polished in the last.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Oleander and Bray and kind of nudge towards the guy in the corner, and then Soren's gonna walk over to the door and lock it.
Yeah, it's go squeeze some juice.
So, what about the front door?
The front. So the tricky part about this place is there's like the front door. There's not really a front door. It's just the open, like the whole of the ship. Go ahead and slide me one of those perception checks, though.
7.
Yeah, it's just this like open. You don't really see any kind of door mechanism there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hang here, guys, and have a drink or two.
Okay.
And I'm just going to pretty much stay and watch the front door. In fact, I'm going to perch myself on a table that's close to the front door, but beside it, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Cool. Okay. Sounds good. And so now it's Soren and Oleander.
I'm going to walk up behind the guy because he's sitting on a stool, I'm assuming, or chair or something like that.
Yeah, he's in a booth right now.
Okay. Yep. Oh, a booth? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna block any way for him to kind of weasel his way out.
Okay.
Were you doing good cop, bad cop, Oleander?
I was thinking bad cop. Bad cop,
bad cop, worst cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just doing this barely audible where he's just like, wait, what?
I can hear you too. You know that, right?
And I'll go in even stronger.
Listen, what do you two want?
And I just slap him across the face. I'm the one who asks questions here.
Okay, gosh.
Bad
He
cop psychopath over there.
he backs against the wall up to where he backs away from you. So he was sitting on like the aisle seat of the, if you will, of the booth, and now he's moved to the window seat of the booth. And he pulls his dagger out, and he's holding it in his hand, looking up at the two of you, one step closer.
How is this place lit?
There are lanterns. Oh well. In one answer, on a Saturday night, pretty. But to answer otherwise, there are lanterns. Like there's a lantern up on the wall next to the booth, and a few of them hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. Can I change the color of the flames to like a dark purple?
Oh, sure.
Real spooky.
Okay. I'm writing it down now. Spook levels have increased.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, so yes, the lantern light, the flame turns a dark purple, and now there's like this glow, not dissimilar to what the right of Fred's screen looks like. That's cast on the whole of the booth, and you can see this man's like his face becomes a little more pale in the purplish light, but he still holds the dagger to his side. Listen, I don't want any trouble. What do you two need?
I have questions, and I expect answers. I heard that a few of your compatriots mugged a woman a fortnight ago, and a baby was taken.
Listen, I don't know any of what you're talking about.
This was last night. Fortnight. It's like a long time ago.
Different.
Oh, last night? Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 4 hour ago.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Okay, listen, I overheard your conversation at the bar. You're looking for Nashers. Yes, I am one of them. But I am nowhere near the kind of person who would take a baby. That's ridiculous. I don't think you know what you're looking for.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is going to be a 16.
It looks like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yep. Me and my friends here, in those who I'm with in the city, we're not interested in that kind of thing. We think there's a diplomatic route, and well, for some of us, maybe it's a bit less diplomatic, but I'm somewhere in the middle. But never would I take a baby from an innocent woman down in the city.
Okay, so and I've just turned the flames back to normal. No more spook.
Okay, spook levels down.
Yeah, going to the good cop route. So you have some like dissent in your ranks. We could, a little quid pro quo. You scratch our backs. We kill your troublemakers. And win,
He looks thoughtful. Go ahead and give me a persuade check.
That is a dirty one. Not a nat one. That's a dirty one. That's a 2 for a -1.
Ooh. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't. You've come in here. You've threatened me. You're clearly magical in some way. He points back at the normal light, and I just don't want to mess with it. I'm sorry. Maybe we just don't make deals with the guard. That's pretty much it.
What about you make a deal with death, and I change the fucking lights back. My eyes go black again, and like kind of stand over him.
Okay, that sounds like an intimidate. So go ahead and hit me with one of those intimidate checks.
Here we go.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy and make the ground shake a little bit under him.
That's a nat 3.
Go ahead and roll advantage because of Bray.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna throw these dice away. All right. Fucking 11. Thank you.
Okay, nice. All right, you've got my ear. I'll listen, but I can't promise that I'll do anything. What do you need?
I just need some information here, bud.
I've already told you I don't have information. I can tell you that over to the east, that's to the north and to the east, that's where a lot of the Black Lake, or I'm sorry, the Nashers who would do this kind of thing, hardly worth being called Nashers. They don't have Neverwinter's best interests at heart.
Well, bud, that's, believe it or not, information. Thank you.
You're welcome. And what can y'all do for me?
Like I said, we're going to kill these fuckers.
Do you have a name that you could, come to mind? Something that could help us pinpoint this individual?
I don't know exactly who would have taken them, but the headquarters of their headquarters is in an estate to the north.
You guys have 2 headquarters?
No, sorry, the headquarters of these more evil Nashers. Their headquarters is to the north. It's in the northern end of the city. It's at one of the nicer estates of Black Lake. Of course, it was torn to shreds by the eruption of Hotenau, but you'd still be able to find some of them there. They've scrapped together what looks like they put it back together as best as they can, and now they do most of their operations out of there. We've sent in a few spies to try and infiltrate, but we haven't been able to get a lot of information about what they do. Anyway, I'd say if you're looking for a baby or a woman wronged, then you'd probably find it up there.
Well, gee, thanks, pal.
You're welcome. And if you do kill some of them, I suppose we wouldn't mind. Best for the blood not to be on our hands.
Well, sweet.
Has he given us like an exact location? Like,
oh yeah, he's giving you like the street address.
Street address. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Okay, so you guys, do you guys want to ask him anything else? Or he lowers his knife into its sheath and moves back towards the middle of the booth and begins sipping his drink again and expecting you to leave.
Okay, well, how many of these guys can we be expecting there?
Oh, as far as them, I don't know. There's maybe a couple hundred of them total who are interested in the downfall of Lord Neverember in such a bloodthirsty way. But
100?
I don't know how many of them would be at the estate at that time. Some of them are spread throughout. They're all spread throughout Black Lake. Some of them have invaded the River District. Some of them have made their way into the Protector's Enclave. I dare say some of those few hundred have even probably made their way into the chasm, hanging out by the rift in the city. So I don't know exactly how many you'd find up there. But if you're tough, you could take them. If not, I'd suggest not going in bows blazing, if you will.
All right.
Gee, thanks, pal.
I want to take a peek outside and see if there's anything interesting going on out there.
Okay. So you look outside and the streets look pretty empty still, but you do see like there's a kid sit in the shadows. He looks like he's probably 10, and you can see like the glint of a dagger underneath his robes, just kind of like tucked up in his robe, and he's just like looking up and down the city street, and then just kind of back into the shadows.
Cool. So I'm gonna go back inside and kind of wait by the door for the other 2 guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So I walk over. I think we got all the information that we need. Headed up north to an estate.
All right, that sounds pretty good. You slapped the shit out of that guy. How much damage do you think he took?
Too much damage.
Shit. All right. Hey, there's a creepy little kid outside. I don't
Is that
know.
our baby?
No, I don't think it's our baby. He doesn't look like Tom Hanks. He has like more of a Tom Selleck vibe.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Less of a mustache, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to go talk to him really quick, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. So you approach this kid. He's a few blocks away. Do you want to prepare anything or do anything on your way over? Or you're just going to go up talk to him.
I'm just gonna go up and talk to him.
Okay, so you see he like shrinks back into the shadows as you're going by. He's like expecting you to go past him, but when you don't and you come up to him, he just kind of looks cornered and confused. What do you want?
Jesus, kid.
Jesus, kid. Listen, kid, we got some business here around these parts. What do you know about a kidnapped baby?
Oh,
Kidnapped baby? I don't know anything about that.
No, we
Listen.
didn't hear any rumblings or anything like that about someone that might have been kidnapped recently.
I don't know. Are you looking for a specific one? I haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah, not too long ago, maybe just 12 hours ago or so, there was a baby that was taken from somebody, and we need to get it home.
He thinks, and he like looks cautiously at you, and he keeps thinking. And I haven't heard anything specifically about a baby.
I see. I take out a gold piece and I offer it to him in my hand, but I don't give it to him.
He reaches out for the gold piece and
I
then
close
looks.
my hand.
Oh, okay. I get how it's gonna be. He says. Well, I did see. Yeah, you're really you're greasing my wheels now. I did see. You said 12 hours ago. Yeah. A couple hours ago, I saw some people headed north. Looks like they had a carriage on them.
Right, they had a carriage.
Yeah, or I guess just like a basket of some kind.
Okay.
Maybe could have had a baby in it.
What do they look like?
Oh, he thinks like just robes and armor. I didn't get it too good a look.
Leather. Was it
Gold
black
for
leather armor?
Black leather. He closes his eyes and then, yeah, I think it was black leather armor.
Okay.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
Not credible information.
Did they look like gnashers? Did you say this baby was crying as if it was taken from its mother 12 hours ago?
And which way did you say they were headed?
Kind of a northeastern direction.
Northeast. All right. How many of them did you see?
Four of them.
4 is the right number, right?
Are you sure you saw 4?
Yeah. Well, now that I think about it, I guess it could have been more, could have been less. Maybe 5, maybe 3. They were moving pretty quick.
All right. Well, hey, what's a kid like? What's a kid as young as you doing, walking around with a dagger like that?
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
17.
Nice. So as this kid is talking to you, you realize just with the way that he answers all your questions, like he's totally just lying through his teeth to you.
All right. So, kid, I wanted to give you an option to make some money here, a little bit of an opportunity, but I see that we've got no business here, and I turn around and start walking away.
And he wordlessly sinks back into the shadows. Let me think real quick. Yeah, he wordlessly sinks back into the shadows, but then as you're like about halfway back to the beached Leviathan, you hear him approaching you, and he taps you on the shoulder, and you turn around. He says, "Listen, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about what you're asking about, but if you need some help, that dragon there," and he points to your hand. Well, me and my family could use it. Me and my siblings, that is, out here in Black Lake. If there's anything I could do for you guys, you're looking for this baby, right? Maybe I could help. It's far better than cutting coin purses out here on the streets.
How do you think you can help? What do you got to offer?
Well, he says, and he steps back and kind of like jumps around a bit. Pretty limber, pretty quiet too. I can sneak around, not too bad. And if you need me to climb or I don't know, whatever else, run. I suppose I'm pretty good at those things too.
All right. Well, hey, listen. Why don't you tag along for a little bit, and I hand him the gold piece, and don't keep your distance, but follow along. And if we need you, I'll give you a holler. And there's more gold where this came from, if you show your worth. And
He nods.
one more thing, no more bullshit, kid.
He looks up at you and he takes the gold piece slowly, and when he sees that he can trust you, he looks at it, pockets it quickly, and then nods. Sorry, you're right. No more bullshit.
All right. Now scram.
All right, and he disappears, and as quick as you can hear the flip of his cloak, he's gone back into the shadows in the alleyway where he was standing earlier.
All right. Should have gotten his name, but hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, you guys can talk about your plan. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll BRB.
Okay.
So we want to like scope out the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can scope it out kind of from a distance if we can, and send this little cannon fodder in there if we need to do any sneaking around.
Yeah, because it's a little bit past 3, I would assume. I think that's what he said. Do we want to wait, like stake the place out, see who goes in, who goes out?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we should do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I would say that if he said it was like a rundown place, I'm assuming there's like a couple walls missing or something. Like we could probably easily see in. How are these guys taking care of a fucking baby? So it's probably like
True.
it's probably crying or something.
Yeah.
Shook it.
Just follow the screams.
Babies be crying.
It really do be like that.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick BRB too then. Be right back.
No, I'm here. Really having issues with this fucking computer setup right now.
You mean your stacks on stacks on stacks laptops?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've upgraded to some books now.
Oh, okay.
But,
knowledge is power,
But the Da Vinci Code's not quite thick and like wide enough, so it's kind of not really.
Damn you, Dan Brown! Why can't you make a longer book?
A wider book.
Yeah.
I need one of those straight up like illustration ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, gents, I'm back, and I promise I only have a banana to eat. No shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
No chips. No bread. It's simple. It's not loud.
Maybe I'll grab my D&D books. Will have a better support.
Actually, if we're not playing, I'll get something that's annoying to eat. I'll be right back.
It's just, well, welcome to the stream, guys. It's gonna be a never-ending cycle of. Wow,
wow, amazing. Everyone, my housemate Matt. I don't know if you heard that. You did? That's really funny. Are you watching now? That's awesome.
Hey, Scary. We're just taking a little bit of a break here. We've been at it for almost 2 hours, so.
Right now, how many watchers and viewers do we have right now?
2.
Sick. That's great. Thanks, guys, for coming along for the ride.
Yeah.
We had 7 earlier, but I guess we might have hit a bit of a lull or something. I don't know.
Scared him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably got tired of me dropping my fucking computer.
They're about to get really tired of me chewing bread into the microphone.
Okay, so we are going to go to that place and kind of stake it out.
Yeah, like wait till nightfall, I think, and just observing the place the entire time.
Did you not hear me when I said 48 hours?
Wait, what? What about 48 hours?
The first 48 hours.
First 48 are the most important.
If you don't find them in the first 48,
That's
forget
good.
all about them.
We're actually changing this story arc to CSI Neverwinter.
These are their stories. Dong dong.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go stake the place out. It's roughly like 5:30 in the afternoon. You guys want to wait till night or do it as sun starts going down?
Let's just go now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So, well, Fred, as I'm finishing this bite, would you like to tell our viewers about our sponsor?
Yeah, our sponsor is Chiquita Banana. And we're so thankful to have Chiquita Banana sponsoring this stream. If you haven't had a banana, they are delicious and nutritious. They taste just like chicken. They go down smooth and satisfying every single time. So we'd really like to give them a great big shout out. They have provided all the bananas that are used in every single stunt that you'll see on the stream today. So
Thanks, Chiquita. Yeah, just send that check through. You can send it to my bank account. I think the amount of money you guys promised would be roughly $1,200. So anyway, yeah, just slide that one on in. Thanks, guys.
they said that they were only paying me in bananas, though.
Oh shoot.
So
It's the gift that keeps on giving, though.
if you've got offered money and I'm getting bananas, I'm saying you're getting screwed, pal. Because these bananas are fantastic.
Now a word from our other sponsor, Rage Shadow Legends.
Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends from the
They
makers
actually
of World of Warcraft and The Godfather and SpongeBob SquarePants comes Raid Shadow Legends. It's a video game about Mickey Mouse fighting Peter Griffin, and
They both have gigantic boobs.
Oh, it's an anime. That's cool.
It is an anime, rated T for tweens, and you can find it at any participating EB games.
Oh.
And Raid Shadow Legends does actually provide all copies of Raid Shadow Legends used in stunts on this show.
Yep.
So shout out to my boy.
Mm-hmm. If you download now and use the promo code 3Clerics, you get a free SpongeBob SquarePants summon.
What has happened?
Yeah, that's good. Well, thanks, Bray, for that word from our sponsors.
Oh.
And we'll get back into it.
My dog has raided my Shadow Legends.
Okay, so yes, so you guys are staking out the house now. Okay, so you guys head. Let me get my draw. Can you guys see my Zoom draw function or not?
Yeah, because your
bar up there
right now.
What did you say, Jonathan?
I can see your cursor moving around and shit.
Okay, can you see like the black bar?
No.
Oh, good old times. Okay, great. So you guys head north from the beached whale to what looks like what used to be the nicer part of the Black Lake District. Up north here, there is you see like we're getting to bigger houses, and it's not just houses and streets anymore, but now it's like this This block is fenced off, and there's a giant house and like a shed, and then a few other houses for like what would have been servants back before the eruption of Mount Hodenau. And you keep going down this lane, and you see the most magnificent of what used to be one of these estates. It takes up a whole 2 of the city blocks. This giant 30-foot high wrought iron fence, and in the center is this building with red shingles and red bricks and blue paint on all the like trim of the house. Most of it has been blown in by what looks like by the eruption of Mount Hodenau, and so it's this just staggered skeleton of what used to be. But it looks like people who are squatting inside, whoever they may be, have set up tarps over the tops of the sections that have been blown in to keep out wind and rain. What do you guys want to do? The sun is about to start setting. It's roughly 5:30. It's a nice spring day.
What do you guys think about making the noise of a baby crying and trying to get another baby to cry?
I love that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that inside the house.
Okay, is that a thaumaturgy?
Yeah,
Correct.
that's a thaumaturgy.
What is the range on your thaumaturgy?
Oh geez, 30 feet.
Yeah, so it looks like it's about like 50 yards from the front gate to the door of the house.
What did you say the weather was like, by the way?
The what was like?
The weather?
Oh yeah, it's a spring day, so it's about sunset, and so there's a chill wind, but it's not super cloudy.
Okay.
It's an orange glow overall.
So could I just like walk by, like, I guess, just pretending like I'm minding my own business, and then
Sure.
get close enough to like cast it somewhere in the house?
So you wouldn't be able to reach like the inside of the house, but you could cast it like outside if you still wanted to do that.
Or I could do something like crazy loud and not like destroy a baby's ears, but scare it, I guess. What do you guys think?
Here's what I think we should do is maybe do a thaumaturgy first of like some wolves growling and then the baby crying. That way they might think that the baby might be in a little bit of immediate danger.
Wolves, though?
Oh, how about
You gotta watch out for the Black Lake Wolves. It's their softball team. All right,
the Black Lake Wolves.
that joke is canceled.
How about not wolves, but like a dog?
Yeah. like a raccoon.
Yeah, like a raccoon.
This plan is just like it started out hot. Just like, let's make a
just
raccoon sound and then a baby. We'll make them
just
think the
keeps
baby's
getting
getting
better.
attacked by a raccoon.
Yeah, just like how about I'll do a little rabid raccoon, and then a baby crying.
Okay.
And action.
All right, so you hear the sound of like trash cans just and then like growling. Just kidding, not the trash can part. That's not what she did. So you hear the sound of like a raccoon growl, and then the sound of a baby's cry, and you everyone roll a perception check for me.
Use my passive. Fuck you. That's a dirty 20.
Wow. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah,
me.
12.
6.
Okay, so just Oleander sees like one of the windows, the curtain draws aside, and a figure is like looking out and around, and then the curtain is closed.
Is there? I mean, how well is the tarp secured? Is it like somebody's like window got busted out tarp kind of a situation, or like a legit tarp?
Somewhere in between. Like it's been pulled taut over the like holes, and then maybe nailed or like secured somehow like that.
And then the only other like obvious way in would be like the front door, or
there are lots of doors. And actually, if you wanted, So you see a front door, but just guessing from the estates that you've walked past on your way here, there are probably more doors. If you wanted to do like a full once around of the estate, you could probably you could make a pretty easy perception check and just check to see like what all the entrances in are.
Yeah, can I do that without like being spotted?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you a choice. Do you want to use deceit, or I'm sorry, deception to make it just to try and be as casual as possible, or do you want to use stealth to try and like sneak?
I'm gonna go with the not the -1, and I'll definitely go with the +5.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So
stealth it up, you know.
cool. All right, go for it. So roll me that stealth.
Oh, that's a 24.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so you cling to the shadows as the dying light of the sun falling down wraps its way around different buildings and parts of the fence surrounding the estate, and you're able to avoid any gaze of anyone who might be inside. So you make a 360 around the perimeter of the estate, and you spot one side door, and you spot also like a small shed, and you see as well there's a cellar door. The shed is in the northeast. The side door is on the eastern side, and then the cellar door is on the south.
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and relay this all to my my fellow guardsmen.
Your homies. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Did you hear a baby?
Did I hear a baby?
You did not hear, baby.
No, sir. They have a cellar, and I mean it's not a, but captives, cellars.
Right. How about this? One of us goes up to the door and says that we heard that they got some gremlins with the king, and we want to help them out. And then the other one, or someone else, maybe make some noise to try to scare a baby into crying so we can see if we can hear him.
Or we could pulls out another piece of paper, just make a, just so we can get in. Say, why can I not think of the word?
Warrant?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys don't need those signed by a judge around here, huh? Just
I am a judge.
Jury and executioner.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
We got
I
Judge
have-
Dredd over here on the street.
yeah, I got legal authority.
All right. Listen, if you want to go in there guns blazing,
I don't know that Johnny Law is the best way to approach this.
Well, not necessarily guns a-blazing. I'm thinking we go in, scope the place out for like a misdemeanor crime. I don't know.
Wait. So the people that want the king dead, you're suggesting we work via the king's power and assert our way into their house?
Yeah, scope the place out.
what do you think will happen when we find a kidnapped baby in there?
I mean,
I think we make it past the front door.
hey, you never know. It's worth a shot.
This is just police corruption 101. Let's say there's a misdemeanor so we can search the place with this warrant we're going to write on the spot. Come on.
Scaffolding permits.
All right, let's say, how about we don't do that one?
I'd say you guys combine all your plans. You go to the front door pretending to be a baby's cry so you can hear if they have a search warrant inside, and then you make a loud noise as you're leaving.
All
All right, let's be honest. I am not the front man in this group, so I will go through the back door. As they
In that case, you'd be the back man. All right.
Oh.
All right, how about this? We get the kid out here to see if he can pretend to join them while the rest of us go through the back door and see what we can do. Maybe you can distract him, put on a little song and dance.
The kid?
Oh, hey, I got a kid, by the way. I hired a child. Kid,
Oh, please tell
kid, are
us
you
more.
armed?
And so I just realized something. Fred, are you still playing the tavern ambience?
I'm not playing any ambience right now.
Okay, cool, great. Just checking. Okay, so I in the playlist, I think there's is it like a city at night ambience?
Yes, it's just dogs barking, but I'll put that on.
Police sirens. Yeah, go ahead and can you pop that one on for me? Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
It's just
Cool.
like stray cat noise.
It's legitimately just dogs barking.
Yeah, but there's like night air and crickets and like drug deal, like that's all there.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. What were the last things that
So the kid, where's the
Yes,
boy?
the kid. That's right. So the boy comes out from behind a building behind you and runs up to the three of you. What can I do?
Holy shit!
This is the kid. And all right, kid. So here's what we need you to do. Go to the front door and kind of pretend like you want to join these bandits here, and just kind of keep them distracted and keep them occupied while we go around the back and try to look for this kid. And I throw him another gold piece.
He snatches the gold piece out of air as you toss it to him, looks at it in his hand, and then pockets it. He looks up kind of scared at the front door and then bravely back up at y'all and says, I'll try my best, but be quick. I don't want to get hurt. I don't know what these guys can do.
What's your name, by the way, kid?
I'm Ayan.
Ayan?
Yep. And yours?
The Bray.
Don't worry about it.
The Bray. Nice.
All right, boys. Let's go.
Okay, so he opens the front gate and steps through. The lock has long rusted off, and he makes his way through the winding front path and knocks on the front door. You guys are sneaking around to the back now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, are you going are you on the inside of the fence or on the outside?
Would we have to hop the fence to?
Yes.
Okay, well, I feel like we'd follow him in and then like.
Yeah, split off.
Dip off to one side. Okay, sounds great. Okay, so you guys go off to one side. Roll. Everybody, start me off with a stealth check.
14.
19.
I have a disadvantage on stealth, so 7.
Okay.
But right when my armor clanks, I'm going to cast some thunder on the other, like 30 feet away on the other side.
Right when your armor clinks, you'll cough. Okay, that sounds good. I will have you do a skill check for that in a second.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys, Oleander and Soren, you guys are pretty stealthy, and then there definitely be some clanking on the Bray's armor. So you hear the knock of the front door, and then after like 30 seconds, there's the of it opening up, and you hear a quiet conversation, like whispered but rushed conversation at the front door. You've now made your way around to the side door to the east. To the northeast stands the eastern side door. To the northeast stands the shed, and then around the northernmost end, you will see the cellar door. Where do you guys want to go?
Cellar door.
The cellar.
Okay, cool. I may have missed that part when you guys are formulating a plan. Okay, so you go over to the cellar door, and the first thing you notice is that it is chained and there's a lock on it.
I'm going to use my thieves' tools to pop that baby open.
Okay, so make a roll for me, and then Fred, give me a wisdom check.
17.
Oh, that'll definitely do it. Yep.
Nice. It's 18 for my wisdom check.
18. Okay, great. So as you hear, like you're quietly in the tall grass behind the estate, and you see that your armor is gonna like rub against another piece of your armor, so you set off the thunder, and it goes perfectly with the clink of your mail. So well done. You guys make it to the back, so you're at the back, and Soren messes with the lock with his lockpick kit. pops it open. The lock clinks or it doesn't clink. It falls softly to the grass, opened, and you can pull the chain off, and the cellar doors open up in front of you. The cellar just goes down in darkness. You don't see any torches or lighting ahead of you in there. It's just kind of this black that is barely penetrated by the twilight of the sunset falling behind you as the sun disappears behind the horizon.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my shield and cast light on it.
Nice. Okay, so your light shoots down into the tunnel, and you see what looks like a place that is mostly filled with cobwebs, but still there has been some activity in it. Do you guys want to go down into the cellar now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys step down and begin exploring the cellar. The cellar is a small, like a small hall. It's about 40 feet long and then 10 feet wide. It's pretty nice. It has like an ash wood walls and ceiling, and there are like broken bottles of wine in the cellar, but there's nothing that would actually be eatable or drinkable down here. There is a door sitting on the southern end of the hallway that leads up, like at the top of a flight of stairs.
All right, what's the game plan?
Did you say there's wine down here?
No, just broken bottles.
Just broken bottles.
Yep.
All right. So, what's the game plan here? So, there's a door that leads upstairs.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the door that leads upstairs. Yep.
Okay. So, this is about as far as I've thought it through.
All right. I guess we just go up silently, try to catch whoever's up there off guard, and
I'll stay
Sure.
by the door here, by the door at the top before we go in.
okay.
Yep.
Is the door locked? I guess.
The door is not locked. No.
Okay.
Nope. So you guys just want to open it up?
As quietly as possible.
Okay. Slowly and
Wait a
quietly.
second. Crack it open.
Okay, I just crack it open just ever so slightly.
Okay.
All right. Perception check.
Sure. So you're just like looking through the crack or listening, or what's your game plan?
I just want to see if anyone's close to the door. If I can hear or see anybody that's close to the door.
Cool. Okay. Yes. Go ahead and roll that perception up.
6.
Okay. You don't hear anyone or see anyone as you're looking through that crack.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah.
And can we? Can I use thaumaturgy to make the candles slowly dim, just a little bit, so it gets a little darker in there, but hopefully slowly enough to where nobody really notices?
Okay. Yeah. I'd imagine just like people sitting in a living room and someone sneaks into their house and just slowly turns the dimmer light down over the course of like 10 minutes.
This is
What in
fine.
the world? Were those on earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Soren opens the door slowly. Soren, roll a stealth check.
All right. 17.
Nice. So you're able to do it quietly, and as you look around the corner, you catch your breath, and you're standing in what appears to be a kitchen. It's not very well taken care of. You're standing in what appears to be a kitchen, and there is a man in the doorway of the kitchen looking out into the rest of the house. He doesn't seem to hear or see you guys.
All right, I'm gonna drop the light from my shield. I'm gonna try to sneak up behind him.
Okay, so that's another stealth check. The candles are getting gradually dimmer.
All right, that's a 13.
Nice. Okay, 13. Give me 1 second here, actually. Wow, the first time we've encountered a real stat block.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, I just looked it up, and it's got a -1 perception.
Oh, that's nice. Apparently, you're not using the Rage Shadow Leggings source material.
Did you say it's the shadow leggings?
Yeah, the Shadow Leggings. Okay. He do not hear or see. You have snuck up behind him.
All right. I want to incapacitate him.
Okay. What does that look like?
Either like covering his mouth and trying to just put him in a sleeper. I don't know.
Okay. The Vulcan neck chop.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, nice. So go ahead and make me a strength check.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Oh.
Or-
17.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so he like, and you just slowly like put him down onto the ground, solid snake style. There is now an unconscious man in the threshold from the kitchen to the rest of the estate. What do you want to do?
I disarm him and then shackle his arms behind his back.
But you disarmed him. He doesn't have any arms. How's this gonna work out?
Violently.
Oh, that must have been a really easy strength check, huh?
Yeah, you just pull him off. It's basically a Wookiee. Okay, so you
Can we drag him into the cellar?
sure? Yes, you shackle his arms behind his back. You take his weapons away, and you guys drag him into the cellar. He has on him a scimitar.
Okay. I shall put that, I don't know, on my back somehow. Yeah.
Well, rubber bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
You know.
Cool. Okay, so you guys have removed this guy, this guard. He does have black leather armor on, by the way. Fun
I'm going
fact.
to tie a piece of cloth over his mouth.
Okay, sounds good. Yep. So you've gagged him. He won't be able to make a lot of noise when he's back conscious.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? You are in a kitchen now where the cellar is. There's a pantry nearby. What looks like to be a pantry with the door closed. You could look around in the rest of this area, or you could go out into what looks like would be like the hallway / entryway of the house.
Can we hear the kid still talking to the
Yeah, good. So I forgot about this. Yes, so the kid is talking to the guy out front, and at this point things are getting kind of like escalated. You can hear this guy's yelling, and he's like threatening the kid, basically like, get out of here now or we're going to hurt you. We don't want to talk to you anymore.
Is there anyone else by the door, or is it just the one guy?
Roll a perception check for me.
21.
Nice. So you see, so the door is like way to the south from where you guys are at. The kitchen is from like the north. The kitchen is across a giant entry hallway, basically. And you see at the foot of the stairs right next to the entryway, like right next to the front door, there are stairs that go up. And you see there is a guy standing at the top of the stairs, like just almost out of the edge of your vision from the doorway, with an arrow knocked onto his bow, looking to see how things are going to go at the front door.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
And what race are they?
A human and half elf. Yep.
Okay. Do I see a way I could like get behind the guy, or?
Yeah. So from where you are, it's a straight shot. It looks like it's about 40 feet of hallway to standing right behind the guy at the front door. The guy onto the side on the staircase, you'd probably have to like climb up on the stairs quietly to get behind him, but that's also a possibility.
Okay, and it's just the two?
Just the two of them, yep.
And the guy that's standing at the door, does the door open in or out?
The door opens in.
In. Okay.
Yep. Okay, now at the front door, things have escalated where this guy is drawing his sword. He says, "Leave now, kid, or things are going to go badly."
Oh, shit. Okay. I would like to try to get behind the bow guy first.
All right.
And I'll run up to the guy at the front door.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Okay, nat 20 on stealth, so you are a
25.
very sneaky individual. And now give me an athletics check.
Could it be acrobatics?
It could probably go either way.
Either way. So it's a nat 18, so 21.
Nice.
or 19 for athletics.
I'm
Cool.
going to
Well,
use
yeah.
thaumaturgy to smack the guy with the door.
All right.
But not
Okay.
not until like somebody takes the first swing.
Okay.
Okay.
So Oleander grabs onto like the bottom step and pulls himself up and then pulls himself over the banister and just like slyly flips over it, and he's down on the ground and sneaking up. He's right behind this second guard with the arrow knocked into his bow. At the same time, Soren, you said you were approaching the guy at the front door, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge at the guy and try to put a hand on him.
Can I just? I know I don't have the strength to take this guy. Can I just stab him with my rapier?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll. I think the first thing that would happen, you guys are initiating combat, and so we'll see how all of it resolves with initiative. So let's. You guys each of you has a plan. We've got one stab with a rapier. We've got one charge and grab this guy. We've got one thaumaturgy on the door. Let's let those d20s rip.
All right.
I wouldn't say we have a surprise round.
Oh, I would say you definitely have a surprise round. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I got 16.
Okay.
14.
3.
Okay, so it looks like our order, which I will write for us. Ooh, the wonders of technology.
Oh.
Oleander. Oh, no, sorry, it would be Soren.
I was just sad. I got less.
Yeah. And then our boy, the Bray. Okay, and then give me one moment. Ooh, that is a high roll, boys.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
They're gonna die, so it's okay.
Alrighty. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you guys have a surprise round, so we'll skip them for this turn. Soren, it is your go. You are grabbing this guy by the collar.
Yep. And I am gonna cast inflict wounds, non-lethally.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
What does
Okay.
that mean?
Non-lethal inflict wounds.
Inflict paper cuts.
Yep. 19.
Not death by
Hit?
1,000.
Oh, 19 hits. Yep.
All right. So that is 16 points of damage.
All right. So you
Necrotic, if that matters.
the energy of your attack just blasts through him, and then he crumples to the ground unconscious immediately. At the same time, Oleander is striking with his rapier.
Yay. Do I get advantage on this attack?
Yes, you are. He does not know you're there. Yep.
Stabby stab stab. 22.
Oh, that is a hit for sure.
Okay. That is 9 damage.
Okay, he takes 9 damage. Okay, so you stab him through the back, and it like you see blood kind of just pouring out of the back of his cloak. He screams out in pain and turns on you, pulling back his bow. At the same time, the Bray.
So obviously, if this guy's a crumpled heap on the ground, I don't need to smack him with a door. So instead, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make a voice coming from outside that says, "Give it up, you're surrounded."
Okay. All right, sounds great. So you do that, and then we also so this loud voice comes with its classic. It's got the megaphone, like the police megaphone, and this guy has just been stabbed in the back. He turns and he fires an arrow at Oleander.
At disadvantage because of range.
At disadvantage because of range. Already factored in, baby. Does an 8 hit?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, so in his just in pain and panic, he fires an arrow and it just thuds into the ground next to you in the wooden staircase. And he cries out, "Help! Help! They're in the house!" And we're back to Soren.
All right. Can I get next to this? Actually, no, I won't do that. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh. Hoo-hoo, hee-hee, a 3.
That's a fail.
Okay.
So he's gonna take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Ouch. Okay. 3 points of necrotic damage, and
Was
that is
12
enough.
rolled or an 8?
Yeah, I rolled a d12. That was just a poor roll.
Is that lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Okay, so he
But
also
not
he hears.
lethal after I stabbed him.
Yep. So he hears this bell toll out for his life, and then he crumples to the ground, also unconscious.
What about the kid? Is he?
The kid is just standing at the doorway, crouched, ready for action. He looks to you, Bray, for advice.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give him a nod to head on out.
Okay. He nods thanks to you. He whispers, "Thank you," looking you in the eyes, and then he turns and with a flutter of his cloak disappears out the front gate into the night.
Is there like a dark corner in a hallway I could hide in?
Yeah, so you look up the stairs. So the way the stairs work is it's like here's the door, and then to the left of the door is like a flight of stairs, and then it hits the wall, and then it goes back. It like turns a corner and goes up. Does that make sense? Like pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're standing at the bottom, like that first flight, and you're looking up the rest of the stairs with this guy's body next to you, and you do see just across from you, there's like a shadowed corner of the hallway, and then at the top of the stairs, there's this balcony, it just a loft, and it goes like right. So,
Okay.
And the hallway to the right there is pretty dark as well.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to just hide there.
Okay, so you go up the stairs. Give me a perception check.
24.
24, nice. So you're going up the stairs, and you crouch into a corner. You crouch into a corner as the last like pools of light from the setting sun outside cast their light into this upper loft area, and you see across from you in the shadows a door like barely open with a man looking out at you. And within the house, from somewhere up on its third floor, you guys hear faintly the cries of a baby.
And the guy saw me?
The guy is looking at you, like he doesn't think you see him, but like he's just like there's just this eye in the crack of a door, like looking right at you.
Oh, like he's looking in my direction, but I don't know that he saw me.
No, you're sorry. Your perception check is you see him looking at you. He doesn't know that he.
Okay, well I'm gonna fucking thaumaturgy that door open then. Right in the face with the door.
Later, baby.
Okay, so you thaumaturge the door open, and there's just this crack as this guy's nose breaks, and he like falls back onto the ground, and the door like thunks up against his feet. He struggles to right himself. Do we want to just use the same initiative?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, he struggles to right himself, and the door just slams shut. You hear there's like a commotion, a rumbling, and then the sound of a chair thunk up against the wall. Soren, it's your turn.
All
Baby,
right.
one more floor up?
Yeah, baby's one more floor up. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on this door. Can you? Oh, it's one creature. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, can I? No.
The
You
door
locked
reflects
yourself
on
in.
its mortality.
Let's just get up. Upstairs, right?
Just gonna try to ram into it with my shoulder.
Okay, so you run up the stairs. I'll say you can only get, on one turn, you could get halfway to the door. Just with the amount of stairs you have to climb. Do you want to do any action while you're moving?
Actually, I will. So I could probably put my shield away and pull out my crossbow.
Yes, you could definitely do that.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
Cool. Okay, so you've done that. You have your shield out and the crossbow. And now we move on to our next guy, Oleander.
Okay, well, I mean, so hearing this guy lock himself in, I was like, oh, I mean, so I'll just head up to the third floor where I hear the baby.
Okay, so the third floor stairs are on the other end of the hall, like by the door that just got slammed shut. You take those up, and they disappear into another hallway, and this one is just like completely dark. You don't see anything left or right, but you are now at the top of that staircase.
Okay. I mean, dark vision, anything?
Yeah,
Like
dark vision. You can see a short hall with one door like on each side and a door at the very end of the hall. And
okay.
you do hear the cries of the baby much louder coming from that door at the very end.
The end. Okay. So if they're making a ruckus downstairs, how far can I get quietly to the last door?
How far on your turn right now?
Like could I get to the end of the hall?
I would say since you've gone to the end of that hall on the second floor and then up these stairs, that your turn would just end at the top as you come into this hallway. Yep.
All right. Well, I guess I will take a hide action,
Okay.
I suppose. Yeah.
Cool. Do you need to roll stealth for when you start it, or
That is correct. Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
okay? You be hid. Okay. Cool. So you sink back into the shadows at the top of the stairwell, and although you can see everything pretty much around you,
So I am unseen.
you are unseen. Yes. Okay. Back down to Bray.
I want to try to jam the doors so nobody comes in.
Okay.
So there's there's the door for the cellar, and then there's the front door. So probably can't do both of them this round.
Yep.
But I could probably do the door to the cellar and then head towards the front door and wait there.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're at the front. Oh yes, because you're not at the front door. You're
No,
back.
I'm still by the cellar.
Yeah, you can make your way back down to the cellar, and you could, yeah,
Oh
you
no,
could
I
do
don't
the
care
cellar.
about that door. The door from the cellar to the kitchen.
Oh yeah, you can, yep, you can reach that now. You could probably even move around within the kitchen if you wanted to. How do you plan to jam those doors shut?
So maybe there's like some. I guess I have some rope, so maybe I'll just rope off that door really quick and then kind of run to the front door and wait there.
Okay, that sounds great. So you take rope, tie it around the handle, and then bring it around the corner and like anchor it to a cabinet, and then start your run towards the front door until next turn. All right. Bad boys are at it. So you hear the movement inside that door inside that door where you're heading up to, Soren. There's movement in there you hear, and then just like quiet and tense expectation. And then you continue to hear baby crying. Okay, Soren, is back to you.
Right. I'm gonna make my. So I guess I could probably, with my movement, make it to the door.
Yes, you can definitely make it to the door this turn.
Okay. I'm gonna ready an action if the door opens to fire a non-lethal crossbow bolt into the door.
Non-lethal. Okay,
Yep.
Sounds good.
We got two different energies going on right now. One's a kill energy and one's
Like a life and death sort of energy.
Yeah.
That's a good vibe.
Yeah.
And then we've got a guy who's just magnetically attracted to the wood doors, and that's our nature vibe going on. Okay, cool. So you've got your ready to action. Good. Oleander, it is your turn.
Okay. So there's two doors, other doors in the hallway, correct?
So there's one door on like each side, and then one door at the very end.
Okay. Can I take similar to what Bray did, but I want to take a rope and tie the other two doors together.
Okay.
I'm assuming they open in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to tie them taut, like really taut, so that one could not be opened.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like neither can be open, and especially they both can't be open at the same time.
Cool. Okay, so you do this. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, that's a good roll. Nat 17 for a dirty 20.
Okay, nice. So you are able to in time, you don't lose any time because you fumble knots or anything. Tie these two door handles taut together, and the only thing to remember is that it's now about like belly level for you. So if you're trying to run out, you'll either have to jump over it or slide under it.
Just Catherine Zeta-Jones under, and then kind of get right up behind Soren.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. And so you've left the doorway at the end of the hall undisturbed.
Right, we're approaching it, correct?
Oh, sorry. So Soren is approaching the doorway at the end of the hall on the second level.
Oh, okay. So I'm on the third floor. Okay, sorry. Well, I will approach the baby door.
Okay. You approach the baby door, and the turn ends there. The Bray.
I'm gonna lock up the front door to the house and start heading upstairs to the second floor to try to assist Soren. So I don't know how close I can get, but that's my plan.
Okay, sounds good. So you lock up the front door, and I'll say you can make it up to, you're just rounding the corner on the staircase to the top of that loft area. And you see across from you are these two guys at the door. Okay, you just hear silence from within the room. It seems like they are waiting for your move. Soren, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to push it open. Just brunt force.
Okay, so make me a strength check.
16.
16, nice. You like push it open with your arm, and you hear like it resists you, and you hear a crunch and like the scratch of something on the floor as something's pushed back, but then there's a force and it just like something slams up against the door again.
Okay. Was that like my full action? Probably. Yeah.
Unless you have like a bonus action you want to do.
Not at level 1.
That second attack, baby. Level 1 cleric. Okay. Oleander?
Yeah, can I listen at the door? Like was that a free act? Is that a free action if I just want to listen at the door?
Yeah, you can do that for free.
Okay. Perception check here. 24. Do I get a sense of like how many breaths are in the room?
You hear.
Can I hear heartbeats?
Yeah, you hear what sounds like 4 people breathing or like shuffling around and whispering to each other in the room.
You say 4?
Yeah, 4 voices.
Okay, I'm going to actually back out behind, like Catherine Zeta-Jones back under the rope.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're at the third door. You're at the door on the third floor.
The baby door.
You only hear you hear one set of like adult footsteps and baby crying coming from behind that door.
Okay. Can I give it a light jiggle to the handle, like a real, not like a aggressive jiggle, but try to turn the knob just a little bit, see if it's locked.
Yeah, you give it the lightest jiggle available in your arm muscle repertoire, and you feel it like click against the resistance of the lock.
Okay. I don't have. Is there without thieves' tools? Is there a way to unlock this?
You could try seducing it.
No, he's not a bard. Come on, this is 3 clerics. You could.
Oh my god.
You can brunt force and just like break the door frame. You can break the door frame. You can break the lock. You can just break the knob, and like if you give enough force, then the deadbolt comes off and the rest of the door goes in. You know.
Yeah. Can I use use like a dagger to kind of pry it a little bit?
Okay, the old credit card trick. Nice. Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
17.
So you jimmy with the door a little bit.
The jimmy's so good, it's a James.
Oh, wow. James the knee. You Jimothy James the door. Slim Jim. Shout out to our sponsor, Raid Slim Jim Legends. You manage to you feel the dagger slip in between the like the lock and the inside of the latch, and then or the inside of the thing that the yep, and then but then like your blade slips out and you're not quite able to get it. Yeah.
All right. Is that? Can I do anything else right now, or?
You've got a bonus action.
No.
Well, there she blows.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. Some unsuccessful jimmying.
Thanks, Turner.
Anytime. Sorry, team. All right, the Bray.
So am I close enough to run through that door that Soren just opened?
He opened it like a crack, and then someone pushed back against it. So his strength wasn't enough to break through the door and whatever else was sitting behind it.
All right. So if it's opened a crack, then it maybe can be thaumaturgy now because it's not unlocked.
Oh man, how would that even? Okay, you thaumaturgy, and it like the door, there's a chair. You hear a scrape as like the chair that's braced against the door is like pushed with the shove of the door, and now it looks like it's open about the size of like two heads, like this much open.
All right. I'm gonna charge it.
Okay, you have enough movement to get your body like in between the door and the door frame.
Okay, and that's where I will end my turn.
Okay, so you end your turn. You're charging through the door, and you look inside, and you see 4 bandit figures in black leather armor. 2 of whom are standing at the door, and 2 of whom are up against one is up against the wall, and one is like halfway hanging out the window. And both of those back ones have crossbows on them.
I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, how's it hanging?"
Okay, and they'll respond on their turn. So, back around to the bad boys. One of them says, "Much better than yours are about to be," and he slashes a scimitar. Actually, he drops a scimitar on the ground and he grabs you and he pulls you into the door. So roll a strength, boy. Oh gosh,
17.
Okay, so you're able to just like you slip right out of his grasp,
No,
and
I
you're
want
back.
him to, no, I'm just kidding. I don't want him to do that.
The other one slashes at you with his scimitar. Ooh, does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Ah, okay. So
we playing wizards. Jeez.
Yeah, if you guys were playing wizards, you would have died in the conversations. Okay. So the scimitar slashes and thuds into the wood floor. From the back of the room, you hear the whip of 2 bolts leaving 2 different crossbows. Does a 7 hit? Ooh, but a dirty 21. 1 crossbow bolt comes out of the air and whizzes into your shoulder, doing 5 damage.
Jesus, man, what the hell?
Good crossbows,
I
man. They got them. We shop at Dagon's Crossbow Emporium. Okay, and Soren's turn.
All right, it's seeing Bray take a crossbow bolt. I'm gonna drop my crossbow and pull out a healer's kit.
Okay.
And apply that.
You could just
Bray.
eat this all day.
She's gonna regain 7 hit points.
He just eats damage and then gets healed. They're just gonna die of exhaustion, die of thirst.
So I just pull the bolt out and just drop it.
Okay. Also, just to bring us full circle, the candles in the hallway downstairs are now fully dimmed.
Finally.
Okay. Oleander, it's your turn.
Okay, so I want to try to like kick the door down and at the same time do like a thaumaturgy and like make the sound of like a bunch of like stomping boots and then like a guard like a guard guy, like, oi, like, just give it up, mate.
Yeah, like how guards talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a good old stop? You violated the law. Give up your goods or pay the fine.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, great.
Love
So
that.
give me a strength check for the door down kick.
Ooh, hey, look at that. What is it? Athletics or
Yeah, we'll do athletics.
no? It's 18 +1, no matter what. 18.
Nice. Okay, you kick it and it doesn't quite come open, but you hear the lock splinter, like the wood of the door splintered, and it's now like kind of halfway open. It's not quite able where you'd be able to like push it open if you opened it, but like if you kicked it again, you'd almost certainly be able to get through. And you hear the sound of footsteps inside, like backing up against a far wall, and now the cry of the baby gets even louder and more distressed. Alrighty.
And yeah, I want to do the same voice, like, this is your last chance. If I have to get in there, we're taking you by any means necessary.
Wow. That's like not just strong guard energy, that's like strong mom energy,
If I get to 3,
Yeah, it
your
is.
ass is grounded.
We're taking it down to the precinct, son. Okay. Let's see. So that takes us down to the Bray.
So the Bray is going to gotta do it. Inflict some wounds
Okay.
on the guy right in front of me.
Alrighty, go for it.
Now, are you inflicting these wounds lethally or?
We'll see what happens. No,
We'll decide that when its hit points hit 0.
so on a melee attack. Let's see.
A little touch.
So nat 20.
That's 6d10.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I hate that.
All right, so
He could be fine. He's just gonna roll a bunch of ones.
Is this damage to his physical body or his soul?
This emotional state.
Yeah.
I'm gonna inflict them all with insults.
Okay.
So 41 points of insult damage.
Oh my God.
Can you tell me the insults that you're saying?
Your mother was a goat. I see that your leather armor is a little small in the crotch region.
Okay.
Had the cleave mechanic, the whole room would just die.
Absolutely. Yeah. Inflict insults would take all of them. Okay, so this bandit hears your insults and just falls to the ground.
Getting
Done.
riddled with insults.
Yeah, he couldn't handle. It was like the final rap battle, is like your hype man was ooh in the background.
About to ruin this man's whole career.
Psych! That's the wrong number. Okay, so you guys, so he was that lethal or non-lethal damage?
Non-lethal.
Okay, so
Come
he
on.
falls.
Come
Well,
on.
you know what? Lethal.
Okay,
Oh,
he is as dead as they come. His body is still smoking with insults. Okay, do you want to do any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to push the door open all the way.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Strength check. 23.
All right, so you push the door the rest of the way open. One of the guys stumbles back, and the chair just goes flying in pieces up against the wall. The door is now fully open. And that brings us back to the bad boys. So this guy approaches you, and he swings with his sword at your head. Where are you standing, by the way? Just inside, like relative to the room and the door. Where are you at?
Right inside the doorway.
Okay. So yep, he swings his sword at your head, but it just swish goes over, and you feel the wind of it on the top of your scalp. As this happens, he steps back next to the door, like between him and the rest of his allies, and holds a scimitar up. Over his shoulders comes two.
Wait a second. Did he take a step 5 feet back away from me?
No, he like shifted
Okay.
to it 5 feet. Yep, different. Yes. So does a 19 hit?
19 does hit, strangely.
Strangely. Ooh, does a 6 hit? Lit.
6 does not hit. Is that 6 damage?
No, that is 5 damage. So another bolt thunk, strikes you in the ribs and sinks into your dwarven flesh.
Ugh.
All right.
Gotta be dwarven flesh, man.
That's the kind he's got. Soren, it is your. Yep, Soren, it's your turn.
All right. So I can take a step into the room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast. How close am I to Bray? Am I like right next to him?
Yeah, you're just side by side with him. To you, yeah, in the back of the room. There's the guy shooting his crossbow bolt, and then one of them hanging out the window shooting a crossbow bolt. And then,
All right. I'm gonna expend another spell and cast Cure Runes on Bray.
Okay.
Cure runes.
Yeah, Cure Runes. Yeah.
Oh, his tattoos, his 4 tattoos.
Yeah. You get 8 hit points back.
Nice. Oh. Feel endowed with magical energy.
Feeling strong, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. And let's see. So, Soren, is that it for you?
That will be it. I think that's all I can do.
Cool. All right, Oleander, it's your go.
Okay, I'm gonna do another one of the. All right, it's 1, 2, 3,
No.
and I'm gonna,
Mister.
I'm gonna bust down the door,
Okay.
allegedly. 17
The door be busted. It is no longer allegedly.
or be busted.
So you kick open the door, and there's it just flies open and slams against the wall and like bounces back halfway. There's splinters covering the front of the room. In the back now you see the guy standing with a rapier and a dagger in his other hand. And then behind him, he's like backed up against a wall. Behind him, there's a basket on the ground with some like scraps of food next to it, and what looks like a cup of old milk and a baby, this bundle crying inside of it. He looks you in the eyes and says, "So, the watch has finally made its way here."
The baby can talk?
No, sorry. Unclear pronoun referent there. The baby pulls a cigarette out of its mouth. The watch has finally made its way here.
Oh, you got me.
It's a nasty baby.
Okay. Yep. So he's back up against the wall with the rapier. The watch has finally made its way here.
Yeah, give it up,
Okay.
homeboy. How you gonna take care of that baby?
Wow. He says, "I know you'll probably do it, but you're gonna have to take it over my dead body."
Obliged.
Okay. Down to the Bray.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. There's one of them close to a window, right?
There sure is. Yeah, he's like hanging halfway out of it.
I'm going to try to push him out the window.
Oh, he is across the room, so you'd have to move and provoke 1 attack of opportunity first.
Let's do it.
All right. Attack of opportunity coming at you. Dirty 20.
Oh,
Oh.
what? How did I?
So you're running. Soren has just entered the room. You're running out towards this guy at the window, and this guy like has one hand towards Kylie, dodging whatever he's gonna do, and then he turns and just like takes a quick whack at the back of your foot as you're going. You take 5 damage.
Well, these boys hit hard. All right, so yeah, I'm going to try to grab him by the legs and lift him out over the window.
Cool. But sorry, that's 4 damage you took just now. I'm getting my scimitar and my crossbow damage mixed up. Take that 1 hit point back, baby. And okay, so you flip this guy out of the window. He gets 1 poor, dexterity save, and oh golly gosh, it's not going to be enough. So he plummets down 2 stories, and you hear like a loud thunk as he hits the ground with a cry of pain. Now you turn, and it's just Kylie and the scimitar guy in the front of the room, and you and the crossbow guy in the back of the room.
And
all right.
That was my action, right?
Yep, that was your action.
Mm-hmm. So I'm. Can I get between scimitar guy or between Can I get on the other side of Scimitar Guy?
So you've run past Scimitar Guy. Scimitar Guy and Soren are now kind of like fighting in the front of the room by the door, and now you're at the back of the room next to Crossbow Guy,
Right
probably
next to
like
him?
25 feet away from Scimitar Guy. Yeah, right next to him.
Do I have the rest of my action to run towards that crossbow guy?
So the Crossbow Guy was pretty much right next to the window where the other guy was.
So
Yep.
I'm right next to him. Cool.
Yep. You're right next to him.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. Alrighty. Now the bad boys. So back upstairs, this guy darts forward with his scimitar and takes a stab at Oleander. It is a disgusting nat 1. Pushes past you and bounces off the door, and he takes a step back.
A little easier than I
And,
thought.
His sword breaks and all of his fingers with him.
and all of his arms with his fingers. And the finger bones connected to the hip bone. Okay, downstairs, the scimitar guy draws his. He slashes out at. Oh my gosh, it's Soren with just a 10. No way, Jose.
Nope.
It clings off the side of your armor. Then the other guy drops his crossbow, draws his scimitar out, and tries to take a fluid slash at it with that draw, and he gets a 18 to hit. Bray, is that a 18 gonna hit you?
An 18's gonna do it.
Okay, so you take 4 damage as he swipes the scimitar across your chest, and blood begins to pour out of this new wound.
Okay.
Alrighty, then that brings us to Soren.
Soren's gonna yell out, "Hey, you hit me first," and then I'm going to cast Healing Word on Ray.
What's the word?
Healing.
You get 8 hit points back.
Oh,
Nice. Awesome. I'm
All right.
feeling very strong.
ooh,
That is
those
my
muscles.
turn.
Alrighty, Leander, it's your go.
I would like to cast Guiding Bolt, and I'd like to imagine it's not like a light, like a white light. It's like that kind of like purplish, blackish, real shiny shit.
Yep.
It's like dark, but somehow still shiny,
Yeah. John Milton writes about this.
like that real anime fire.
Yeah.
16 do it.
Yes, 16 should do it. Let me check this armor class. Yes, 16 does do it.
Oh, Jesus. 12, 16, 21 damage.
Oh gosh. Okay, 21 damage. So this bolt strikes him, and he is this necrotic?
No, it's actually radiant.
Oh, it's radiant. Okay, and he's like blinded, and you see there's like the smoke begins to come out of this chest where this hit, but he like shakes his head, and he stumbles back forward with his rapier in hand.
Oh,
Alrighty.
What's up, bitch?
That's good. Okay, then that's down to the Bray.
So the Bray is gonna try to take crossbow dude.
Now
And-
formerly known as Crossbow Dude, now Scimitar Dude.
Now scimitar man.
The artist formerly known as Crossbow Guy.
Please, crossbow guy is my father. I'm gonna take him and try to grapple.
Okay.
21.
I think so. Yeah, that hits. I think it's grappling, if I remember correctly from last week, is like an attack roll.
That was
And-
contested.
oh, is it contested?
Yeah, it's either contested dex or strength. It's up to the
Ah, okay.
contestee.
So, Fred, do you want to do Dex or Strength?
Strength.
No.
Oh, it's
Oh, to the contestee. My bad.
It's strength for the grappler.
Okay, always Strength for the grappler, and the grappled gets to choose.
I believe so.
Okay, great. So he gets an 18, which will not surpass your 21.
I'd like to try to belly hit suplex him out the window.
Okay. Okay. Yes, go ahead. That sounds good. Give me a strength check for that.
19.
Oh gosh. Okay. And
2 for 2.
go ahead and roll 1d4 damage plus your strength.
As that guy's getting up from the ground or whatever, just another guy lands right on top of him.
You came to chair showdown.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
So let's shrink this for 7.
7 damage. Gosh. Okay. So you hear like his spine crack a little bit.
Oh God.
And he cries out, "Oh, my chiropractor is never going to be able to fix this." Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Did he go out the window?
The other guy, no. So the guy who went out the window is out the window.
No,
And
I
then
tried to suplex him out the window.
Oh, out the window.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it's even worse. So you so yeah, he falls down just like a pile of metal and armor on top of his other guy, and they both get down there. Okay, and now you're just left like doing this out the back of a window. Your turn ends.
like whiplash damage.
What?
Like whiplash damage.
Yeah, your neck hurts a little bit for a couple of days. Okay. Now we are back to the bad boys. So the 2 of the bad boys are in a pile at the bottom of the estate. Also, for any, like, someone's just walking, like in this sketchy Black Lake neighborhood, and they're like, "Oh, it's the blah, blah, blah estate. I wonder how they're doing." And then just like, like one guy comes out the window, and then half of a dwarf suplexes another guy out the window. 2 stories. Okay. So yes, the bad boys, the guy with the rapier up on the 3rd floor. Another strike. Ooh, that looks pretty spicy. By the way, what's your damage? What is the 1d? Is it a 1d6 or 1d8 for rapier, Oleander?
Oh, 1d8.
1d8. Okay, great. Oh, where is it here? Does a 17 hit?
Does not.
Blast. Okay, so he swings his rapier forward. Do you have yours out?
Yes.
Okay, and it looks like it's going right for your side, but you like ting, knock it out of the way right as it does, and he steps back, ready to fight another attack. At the same time, downstairs, this guy with the scimitar, he like backs up and then takes a charge and slashes at Soren. Oh gosh, and that is just not going to hit. It swings past you and bounces off the wall. All right, Soren, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my scalpel and kind of jab it at him.
Nice.
All right. Nat 20.
Oh boy.
All right. With a dagger.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Okay, 5 damage. Nice.
Yep.
And I don't think he has not taken damage yet. Okay. So you take a slash at his arm and like you hit an artery, and so blood starts to pour out of there. And then anything else you want to do on your turn, Soren?
No, I'm good.
All right, back on the 3rd floor, Oleander has just struck the rapier of his foe out of the way, and now
he's going to stab him right in the heart.
perfect. Wow, called shot.
I have advantage on this because of guiding bolt.
Nice. Okay.
Nat fucking 20.
What in the
Hell
world?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you are going to stab him through the heart.
There's your nat 20. Oh,
Wow, America. There it is.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yep.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, that's
A little
legit.
shiny, but
Yep.
alrighty. Okay, so that's 2d8, which I only have 1, so that's unfortunate. 5, 8. What is that? 13 plus another 3, 16.
16 damage. Wow. Okay. Okay, so you do strike him in the heart, and it just like the blade goes through his armor into his chest, and he falls back, and you can see like there's this place where the like smoke was rising a moment ago from your guiding bolt, and now blood is pouring down the front of his leather armor, and he looks pained, but he staggers forward and through bloodshot eyes gets ready to strike you again.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This boy is thick.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna say a little prayer of death for him.
Kellenvor hears you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oleander, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, just kidding. Debray, it's your turn. That was Oleander.
So it's just one scimitar guy left, right?
Yep, one scimitar guy left.
One scimitar man.
One
Oh,
scimitar
yeah,
man.
thank you.
So I'm gonna
Scimitar
run up
man.
behind him, and this should be flank now, right?
Yes, this is flank.
Grapple.
Okay. What'd you get?
16.
Okay, you got a 12.
So I have him grappled.
Yeah, you haven't grappled.
Let's say full Nelson,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna throw my weight down on him so he goes face first.
Wait, is this a human-sized man?
Yeah.
He's like jumping off
I gotta
his
jump
back.
backward. Now we're
And
going
just like
forward.
swinging his feet to like get momentum.
Okay, so roll your 1d4 plus strength.
All right, 8.
Oh, gosh.
Holy
Jeez, man.
I can show
Okay,
you.
so yeah, you slam him onto the ground. What's that?
I was showing you, but
Oh yeah, no, I believe you. You slam him onto the ground, and you just hear like this as one of his ribs break, and he just goes unconscious.
all
Or
right,
no, wait,
kept
was that
him-
lethal or non-lethal damage?
Oh, it's just a suplex, so I'd
Whatever.
say not
If
lethal.
he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. You tell me.
All right,
how
he's
hard
gone,
the-
man.
He's
He's
dead.
in the wrestler's afterlife. You got it. Okay, so while this guy is now singing with Stone Cold Steve Austin, back upstairs, this guy is recovering from this strike to his heart. He makes another lunge at Oleander, and this time he hits with a 21 dirty.
Oh, God. All right.
His blade slips between two cracks of your armor, and he does 5 damage.
Jesus, man. That's
All
how.
right.
Yeah, that's. I'm bloodied.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Ooh.
He staggers back though. He's definitely hurt. Okay, so now we're to Soren.
All right, I'm gonna double time it out the door
Okay.
upstairs then.
So if you sprint, you can be just standing right behind Oleander on this turn. If you don't sprint, you can make it up the stairs and like a bit into the hallway, and be able to use some kind of spell on him from a distance.
If I had spells, so I'll double time it.
All right, you are now standing right behind him as he ducks and parries and dodges and weaves with this guy in the room.
Okay.
The baby's cry are now just like this constant cacophony in the background. The Bray, it's your turn. Or sorry, no, Oleander, it's your turn. My bad.
Okay. I'm gonna finish my prayer and cast Toll the Dead on him.
Nice. All right, go for it.
To beat a 14 Wisdom save.
Okay. You do not be doing that. That's
All right.
a 2.
What is that? That is also a 2. Was it enough?
Game recognized game. It was not enough.
Wow.
Yeah, so he looks like shooken. He looks shooketh a little bit, but he's still at it.
Okay.
All
Fuck
right.
this guy. All right.
Okay. The Brave.
I'm gonna double time it also.
Okay. So
Straight up
you
to the
you
top.
you're now right behind where Soren is.
Okay. Sorry,
Alright.
but I got nothing to cast.
Have I done almost 30 damage to this guy?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It's a lot, man. Okay. He slashes. He does like a quick feint. And 15 to hit.
No, sir.
All right, he slashes and then stabs, and you're able to ting, bounce the blade of his rapier away. The point. Soren, it's your turn.
All right, seeing Oleander bleeding, I'm gonna use one use of a healer's kit, and you are going to get 7 points of HP back.
Nice.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah.
Life and Death Cleric are playing their respective roles as always. Nature Cleric is a
Yeah.
wrestler. Okay, and Soren, if that is your turn, Oleander, it's down to you.
Right. Well, if I die, I die, I suppose. You know what? This guy, he wants to stab, so we'll stab.
Okay.
Ooh, fuck yeah. 24?
Gosh, yeah, that hits.
Big 7 damage.
Nice. Okay, so you stab him in the shoulder, and he cries out, "Gah!" And now he looks like his arm is like he's barely able to hold his sword up anymore. He's a weak, much weaker shadow, fatigued now of what he once was.
All for a baby, bro? Like, come on.
This is some wild daddy daycare stuff they got going on here. All right, that brings us down to the Bray.
The Bray, to everyone's shock and dismay, the Bray pulls out his battle axe.
Oh, I am
And,
shocked and dismayed.
He's gonna go for the old kneecap.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We need to get you a chair.
We need a wizard in the party who can cast Tensor's floating disc and just always have Bray standing on it.
Does a 24 hit?
Oh, it sure does.
24
24 here.
6 slashing.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you slash at this guy's kneecaps, and he like almost stumbles to the ground, and now it's like he's barely holding himself up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, he's thick. I'll tell you how many hit points this guy has at the end of the,
Who is
end
this
of the
Rocky
battle.
fucking Balboa?
Hey, if he dies, he dies, okay?
Baby.
And he comes back up now, dodging to the side and taking a stab at this guy who just cracked both of his knees. Oh, I hate to say it, boys, but that is a nat 20.
Oh,
Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and do the old double roll on this one.
To whom?
The old double roll.
to the kneecapper.
To the kneecapper?
Oh,
Okay.
to
Yeah.
the guy who kneecapped him.
See you,
Yep.
boys.
If he rolls double 8s, you're fuckity fuckered.
That's 10 damage.
I'm
Thank
good.
God.
Okay. Phew. And yeah, so he stabs you, and you he like just takes a large chunk of flesh out of your hip between the pieces of your armor, and you feel like, oh, this pain shoots up from your
I will
leg.
say, oh, that was my favorite hip.
Okay, yeah, he agrees with you silently. And then Soren, it's your turn.
So would using the Pearl of Power be considered an action or a bonus action?
I'm not sure. Is there anything in the text of the item?
No.
Using a magic item, I think, is an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll hold off on that then. I will.
Just double check here in the PHB, but yeah, keep going.
Can
So
you
what
use
is
an action to speak its command word?
Okay.
nice.
There you are. I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna flank the guy if I can.
Okay.
Go closer.
You are. Yep.
Okay. And
You're
then
flanking with
I'm
Ray.
going to non-lethally stab him with my scalpel.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill this fucking guy.
17 to hit.
Yeah, 17 does hit.
All right. Ooh, nice. That is going to be 4 damage.
Okay. he's on his last toes here, gents.
Yep, he's dead.
All right. And yeah, so with this non-lethal stab on his shoulder, he's barely hanging in there. It looks like he can barely see you guys. Oleander, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do the old wobbly rapier trick and smack him across the face. Does a 14 hit?
Not this time, bucko.
I will bonus action healing word, and the word of the day is suplex.
All right.
For what is that? 1d4 plus 4. So Bray is healed for 7.
I like that. Thank you. So, is that it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Battle axe the other kneecap.
Of course.
23.
I shouldn't have gone for the
Let
flourish.
me show you that.
No, that is a hit and a half there.
Does 11 do anything to him?
Oh boy, you're hitting the kneecaps, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so you just you swing your battle axe to his kneecaps, and as they slash through, he just collapses to the ground on his side, and he just coughs and then dead, gone.
Can I use a healer's kit to stop him from dying?
Can I stab him in the fucking head?
I'm gonna be like, oh, he's our only witness.
Ashes to ashes, motherfucker.
No, we have the guy downstairs. We have the guy downstairs tied
downstairs.
Yeah, but he's clearly the
And how many other fucking? All we need. What do you mean?
guy.
One of the baby.
Exactly. He's gonna be the one who can tell us the most.
Yeah, the baby is the best witness.
Yeah. All they did was grab the baby and hit the lady.
I don't think it's that simple, though. I
Well,
mean, obviously
you
that's
know
the
what else
crime.
is simple is a fucking 15 to hit.
How
Dead
about
man.
after he tells us
Actually,
everything?
with advantage. Sorry.
How about after he tells us everything, you can send him straight to.
Yeah, what is your alignment?
Lawful neutral, actually. I'm sending him to his death, and that is the best thing he could hope for.
All right, we'll let the dice decide. 1 to 2 on the D. No, we'll do a D6. 1 to 3 on the D6. Jonathan kills him. 4 to 6 on the D6. Soren stabilizes him. All right, so 4. We got a 4. 4 on that die roll. So he is stabilized for now, but anything that happens to him in the future, I am not liable for. So you're able to patch him back up to consciousness and just barely breathing with your med kit. So
Not his knees, right?
No, his knees aren't breathing at all.
All right, well, I'm going to cuff him so he can't move.
Okay.
Oh, fucking, where's he going to go with his knees?
He'll just crawl. All right.
Then I'm going to leave him there. I'm going to go tend to this baby that's crying.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our baby mechanics now, which are a central part of this the campaign. So what do you want to do to comfort the baby? The baby is just crying its head off right now.
Just gonna pick him up and try to soothe him with I don't know, a tune of some sort.
Okay. Okay, give me a persuade check.
I'm persuading a baby. Great. 12.
Yeah, so the baby is still screaming. It seems like it's comforted a little bit by the fact that you're just rocking it and holding it in your arms, but it's still super distressed and overstimulated.
What kind of baby is it? Is it a human baby?
Oh, I thought that's how you're asking for gender. I was like, that's a new way to do that.
Whoa.
Yeah, this baby, this is you don't see, yeah, this is a baby, human baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I say, give me that baby, man. And then I'm going to check to see if he has a dirty diaper.
Okay, nice. The baby definitely has a dirty diaper. Yep.
Okay, I'm pulling that bad boy right off.
Okay, you pull the dirty diaper off. Wow, we're just gonna, yeah, this is great. Baby mechanics, here we are. You pull the dirty diaper off, and you notice there are some cloth diapers on the ground by where they were keeping the food next to the basket. If you wanted to, you could change the baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you wipe the baby clean and change the baby, and it seems a little bit less agitated. but it's still crying as we speak.
I'm gonna try to feed the baby.
Okay, so you pick up that cup of milk off the ground and feed it to the baby, and now the baby is like calmed down to like intermittent crying, but still like still it's intermittent. So sometimes it'll calm down and just be like do like the breathing like but everyone yeah me
Can I do a performance for the baby?
yeah. What do you want to perform?
I want to play peekaboo.
Nice. Roll your perform check.
10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you play peekaboo with the baby, and the baby stops crying, and now is just kind of like looking at you quizzically through tear-filled eyes.
That's what we want.
Nice. Fred's dad mechanics are hype on account of his real son.
This is the easiest baby I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You try to feed my baby when he's crying, he's like, boom.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you do that. The baby has stopped crying, and sad boy in the corner is still just kind of breathing his like last breaths.
Give him a hard little slappy slap. Wake him up.
He takes 1 damage.
All right, that was not on purpose.
Okay, so he's.
All right, you want to? What the fuck is up here, bud?
Who are you?
You know who I am. And I turn my eyes black.
Oh wow, he looks scared. Why do you want to know what I've done?
Because everybody's to be judged.
If
I'll tell you what you want.
I'm gonna feel like a real dick.
Wait, what?
He was getting his kid back from CPS. Listen, whatever comes at the end, I'll just be honest. Maybe it's the last good thing I can do. We're just trying to start a revolution here. I thought this noble woman's baby, we could hold it captive. We never wanted to hurt it. Just get ransom, mess with the social order some, hurt some noble family the same way that their boot crushes us as we sit underneath their heel up here. The city of Neverwinter hasn't been the same for generations. Do you know what it's like to grow up in a city where everything seems to be turned against you? It's not fair. There are hundreds of us who can't even have a good life just because of where we're born. He's quiet.
How do you even know that this was a noble baby?
It was dark. It was it was near Castle Never. I thought that. That's what we thought.
Ooh, okay, so nobody ever goes by unless they're a noble.
She was headed right for the castle. It seemed circumstantially like that was what was going on.
So you didn't know this woman at all?
No, I've never seen her before in my life. She was beautiful, but other than that, just a person.
Oh, so could you describe her?
She had a fair face. It was noble, but not in the way that the riches or those who are rich are noble, but the one who is powerful and wise is noble. Yet there was a character about her. I couldn't quite describe it, but just an impression. She was full of some kind of zeal, set and intent on something, but we didn't know what.
Well, you shall be judged as all before you for your actions, and I slit his fucking throat.
Okay.
I shield the baby's eyes.
You slit his throat, and he just goes with a choked whisper, and his eyes are open. And he's dead.
And I say a little prayer, and then close his eyes.
Cool. Okay. So it is done.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any identifying marks, like maybe a piece of cloth that has some kind of symbol
Has this
or
baby been
crest?
branded?
Oh,
Yes.
on the baby.
Yeah, like near the baby, like in his little basket. If there's like something that would give me a clue as to who he is or what his family lineage is.
So you you turn the baby over and look inside, and you unswaddle him, and you notice that he's a him, and then you see on his back right shoulder is like the mark of a spell that's been marked on the baby, but you aren't exactly sure what spell it is. Like a couple of runes in a magic circle that some kind of spell is on this baby, but you don't know what it is.
We do
Okay.
like a Arcana check to identify it, maybe.
Sure, go ahead.
How does a 4 hit you?
You're starting to realize that this is some kind of magic circle.
Oh,
I got a 14. Does that help?
Yeah, you can you see that these are like the magic runes have to do with life and longevity, but you're not exactly sure how.
Figures a death cleric wouldn't have any idea about that.
Yeah, this is I mean, not to steal your thing, but it kind of goes against nature here, pal. This longevity spell.
Well, we really don't know what it is yet. It could be anything. It could be like longevity for his diapers, you know?
Can I do a knowledge check to see if I can remember if there's any households that deal with life and longevity? If I can recall.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Not bad. 18.
Let me think. Yeah, there's one house that there is a group of wizards in the what's it called? Let me see here, in the Tower District. The group of wizards in the Tower District. You remember quelling an insurrection around there at one point when some Black Lake, no, not Black Lake, Nashers came over that way into the Tower District. And so you remember that there is a small house of wizards that has to do with like life magic, but outside of that, you don't know anything else.
I will relay that same information to the group.
Well, I don't see how any of this is fucking relevant. All we need to do is get the baby. So let's get this baby back to the fucking precinct and get paid.
All right, wait a second, though, because I want to just take a little poke around and see what I can do and see what I can find around here. I want to search the house to see if there's any, and search the bodies, see if there's any cool stuff.
Okay, so you guys, it's now night. You guys can spend the rest of the night here, kind of just doing your thing. You spend the next couple hours searching the house. In the pantry, you find some food that's been scavenged and bought and stolen from different places, enough to keep the bandits living here alive, the Nashers living here alive. You can tell from the bedding situation, which is just like sleeping, like bedrolls on the ground, that there are more than just the Nashers who you knocked unconscious and or killed are there. The guy who you guys killed in the upstairs room, the big beefy boy who had 65 hit points.
Oh my
God.
Well
done.
Oh,
You soloed him for a really long time.
oh
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm impressed. Like, you guys went up against much more difficult encounters, but actually pulled them out. So it's cool. Yeah. So you find like various just like letters of orders from this guy, and then also from another source who is unnamed. There's no signature or anything like that. So apparently this guy is not the head honcho of this group of more violent Nashers. You also find some weaponry. If you guys wanted to take, they pretty much have like one of any martial weapon, one of any simple weapon in this house. If we were counting ammo, there'd be ammo here. There's plenty of food, so if you guys want to add a couple more rations to your rations pile just for kicks, like if we ever get to a spot when we're going to need that for like travel sections, you could do that. But at this point, you don't see any anything else that's really super important. No magic items, nothing big like a big letter, like a plot item. You've basically stumbled upon and exposed this giant Nasher hideout in the north of Neverwinter.
Soren's gonna gather up all the letters and documents. He's gonna suggest no, not burn them. No, for evidence, take them back to the precinct. He's also gonna suggest the food be donated to the needy, and also that any weapons probably should be impounded.
Okay. That sounds great. You can have, if you talk to Whitmore about it when you guys return to the station, you can have him send a detachment out here, and he'll do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Such a tight ass, man.
I know.
Lawful good.
Annoying good.
Wow, that's the most low insult. You might as well be a paladin.
I thought that was a good one. I want to try to hide a martial weapon from him after he suggests that.
Okay, sure. That's fine.
All right, it's
Cool.
a maul.
Okay.
Try hiding a fucking maul, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just put it down like your pant leg. Hey man, why are you walking with a limp?
It's where I keep my maul with my maul, and I keep my coin purse with my coin purse.
Oh, it's a classic. That's good.
So I'm just gonna generally play with the baby and keep it entertained and hang out with it. I don't know how much interaction we're gonna be doing, or I can do with it.
That'll pick up a lot more in the next session. Yep. But for now, good. Yeah. So you're establishing some rapport with this baby. You're taking care of it. You like bouncing it. You're singing to it. Whenever it starts crying, you're checking on its needs just over the next couple hours to see what's going on. If you want, you can also gather the rest of the cloth diapers that the Nashers had hid here. And you'll actually have to, like, I won't make you do rations for yourselves, but I will make you do rations for like baby food and diapers. So we'll say that you now have 3 in your inventory.
3 diapers and 3 baby food, or just 3 diapers?
We'll do 3 diapers, 2 baby food. Would you say, Jonathan?
So would these guys have an antimatter rifle here?
Negator on the antimatter rifle, but they do have a matter rifle.
What kind of damage does that thing do?
Matter damage, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, 70-20. Just the usual, you know.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Cool, I'll take that, bro.
Yeah.
Do we want to close this off by just delivering the baby back, or trying to?
Yeah. Let's actually, so I did have a plan. There were a couple things I wanted to have happen before the session ended. So obviously we are now in the denouement after the climactic action. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I took high school English. Let's see.
Was that English?
Yeah, well, that's a French word, but it's about literature. Let's see.
I felt real dumb.
No, that's all right. Okay. Aha. Okay. Yes. So we'll do a couple things as we finish up here. So you guys return to the watch as you're on your way out of the city. Or do we still have the night city ambience going on, Fred?
Yeah, we do.
Sick. Okay, that's perfect. I love how that was going on. We should have turned on combat music, but
You didn't send me any bud.
I know that's on me. I thought about it as we were starting. Yes. So you guys are on your way out, and as you're strolling through the streets, it is now night. There's a clear spring air, and you can taste the sea as it comes in from the west. You exit the city through that bridge to the south again, going past the dull lights of the beached Leviathan. And as you cross the bridge, one of the guard who greeted you earlier nods grimly and says, "Have you heard the word? Lord Nasher just shut down the city." Or sorry, not Lord Nasher. Lord Daggle just shut down the city. He says there's no one coming in or out for at least a couple weeks until we can get this plague thing sorted out.
So what, I'm going to just fucking sit with his baby? Like, I
That's,
got shit to be doing.
yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Well, I'm sorry. You can talk to someone. I'm sure. Maybe to
Not
bring
my
a
king.
No,
Listen,
hashtag-
I understand there are lots of politics here, but for now, that there's no way, at least not legally, that you're going to be able to get out of the city.
All right, take me to him. I'll talk to him.
To Lord Neverember?
Yeah.
Well, no one gets an entrance to Lord Neverember unless it's critical.
I can roll a critical. Hold on.
Yeah, I live here and I've never met the man.
Check out the badge.
I rolled a 7.
And then point to Soren's badge. Like, let's go.
Listen, I'm not even the one to be talking about that with. Okay, you can talk to someone else about that. Maybe talk to your boss. Listen, you
mean you're not supposed to get mad at the employees that don't make the rules?
That's actually, yes, exactly. Thank you. You are not.
I really wanted to fight, though.
Hey, whatever happened to that guy in the basement, in the cellar, by the way, guys?
Oh, he's still very tied up down there.
Let's just starve to death.
Well, what did you do to the other guy, the guy who was unconscious in the front room? I don't know if you guys did anything about that.
No.
No. All right. Well, he
did,
wakes his friend up.
I did destroy all the bedrolls so nobody could respawn in them.
Oh, that's good. Wow, good move. So, so you guys return you leave your friend behind and return to the watchtower, which is the name of the city watch's guard tower. Isn't that fun? The watchtower. Okay, great. And
Hall of Justice.
oh, the Hall of Justice, is that where in canon Neverwinter lore the city watch is kept?
I have no idea.
No, that's the Justice League.
And it says Hall of Justice.
Yeah, the Hall of Justice is something. I'll have to do more research on that. But anyway,
it's just like a temple. It's a church of healing.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, nice.
Caps.
Good old Torm. Maybe. Torm TM. Okay, you guys return to the watchtower where Whitmore is waiting for you after your long night out. What did you find out?
The baby.
You found the baby? And who took them? And why?
Those Nasher shitheads.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Did you get any kind of motive out of them?
Yeah, they're doing their chaos energy, like chaotic.
Oh,
yeah, they're just trying to further their cause. Abducting a baby that they thought was a noble. Still unclear on that.
I'm getting the vibe that you should treat your citizens better, though.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do about that. I wish I could do more good in the world, but I do everything that I can from here in my position
That's
at the
what they all
watch.
say, but
Change starts with you, man.
If you have any suggestions as to what I can do practically in Neverwinter, I'd love to hear them.
yeah, I mean, you could volunteer at a food bank or,
You can protest the government.
yeah, exercise your constitutional rights, man.
I will consider these things. It is good to care for the poor. Perhaps this is something I've missed. Well, listen, you guys have done invaluable work for us. I've got these. He pulls 2 sacks of gold off the shelf nearby, hands one to Oleander and one to Bray.
But apparently with some value.
With some value. Also, I had some expenses.
Wow.
I had to
This is a bar tab.
I had to spend 4 gold, so I'm gonna need that reimbursed.
I'll see what I can do with the guys who keeps the books.
I have receipts.
1 gold to kid.
Yeah, yeah. Paid a beggar kid. Is this good? Is this what we want? He takes the receipts, eyes them briefly, and says, "Yeah, I'll have your reimbursement for you in the morning."
Okay, thanks.
Anytime. Now listen. I know that you probably heard the news that the city is being shut down, right? No one in or out.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
I don't make the moves around here. It's complicated. Some of it's good for the city, some of it's bad. But what I will say is this: while you're trapped in here, you may want something to do. I have a few things for you, namely three. One, I can see, and he indicates towards the sleeping baby, that you've retrieved the baby. We don't know who its mom is yet. Is it a he or a she?
It's a he.
The mom?
Yes. um, we don't know who his mom is yet, and until we can find that out, we need someone to take care of the baby. Now, I would have some of our midwives do that, who we are in contact with locally, but unfortunately, they're working part-time with the healing churches and with the doctors around here because of the plague, you know. So, if you're able, we need you to take care of the baby, at least for a time. Second, we also need someone to find out who this baby's mom is. Because she just ran off in the middle of the night, didn't want to stay and be a witness for whatever reason. We have no idea how to return this baby to her, its rightful parent. Please find out for us. And then finally, we need all hands on deck for one task while you're doing these others. Of course, with this plague, we need a cure, and we're not exactly sure what could be the cure for this thing. I'll have you talk with some of our wizards in the morning.
Just inject that shit, man.
We've tried like a UV light. I hear if you get it on your body or outside,
Cast
or
light inside of your body.
yeah, in the skin or something. That'll take care of it. Oh boy, what a time! What a time to be alive, guys.
What a day to be alive.
Yeah, really. Okay, so the last thing he says, we've got our some of our top wizards in the city that I can connect you with. They're the ones working on a cure now. They've been doing a lot of research, but so far they're unable to figure out what exactly it is that makes this thing tick. As far as I'm concerned, the sooner the Black Lake rot is out of people's bodies, the better. And we'll have to do whatever it is we can do to have that happen. And even if that means overworking some of you, I'm sorry, but we'd love the help. And of course, you'll be recompensed with as many dragons as we can spare at this time.
Yeah.
I guess we really don't have a choice if we're stuck here. Do we have to bring this guy along with us? And I motion over to Soren.
Yeah, he's a real fucking stick in the mud.
Can you tell him to ease up a little bit?
Yeah, could you take away his freaking citation book?
Listen, I've spent a lot of time with Soren. Well, maybe not a lot, but the year that I've spent with Soren, I know that he's a good man, and all the things that he does that are a bit too close to the letter of the law, I know he does it out of a good heart for the care of other people. So just stick with him. See if he doesn't grow on you.
So does this kid have a name?
The one you've just inherited?
Yep.
That's a question for the three of you.
All right, guys. How do you guys feel about Dr. Batman?
Is that hyphenated? Dr. Bat-Man?
Dr. Batman.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, it's Dr. Batman.
Oh, how about Dr. Bateman?
Dr. Bateman is very good.
What did you call him earlier, Fred? Was it Little Hanks?
Yeah, Little
Oh,
Hanks.
yeah, Tom Hanks. Baby Hanks.
Baby Hanks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Baby Hanks is good.
Dr. Baby Hanks?
Yeah, maybe just Hank for short. He's not all the Hanks yet. He's just one Hank.
This is a single Hank.
As he grows, he'll grow into the rest of the Hanks.
He'll become hankier, I suppose. Okay.
Did we level up?
Oh, baby, did you? You guys come back next week, level 2.
What?
And one last thing. So you guys all go to bed. The Whitmore gives you guys, and Whitmore and Soren are pretty much on the same level. So someone else, there's a guy, his name is Mural. He is an elf, and he is the head of the Winter Shield Watch here in Neverwinter. And he gives you guys a room, the three of you together, where you guys can stay during your time of service to the Winter Shield Watch. You guys are going down to bed, and as each of you is pondering on the things that have happened through the day, the baby wakes up, and the lights are out in the room. It's just pitch black. You hear the baby sneeze, and as the baby sneezes, a burst of fire shoots out of its nostrils. And that is it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Oh,
That diaper, not me.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. We really appreciate it, and we will see y'all next week.
Yeah, thanks.